All right.
All right, hey folks, we're back once again to stream some more Summer Game Fest events. This time, the Xbox Games Showcase plus Starfield Direct. We got Phil here.
You.
I think we should have Danreb and Pat. They're getting their stuff set up, so...
Good morning.
Hey there.
Not to turn him down. There you go. All right, you're good. Count it down. This is where they get to finally say we have games instead of nothing.
Yeah.
As they've been doing for the past.
0. Pat, I can't hear you though.
Oh, that's a lot of ratings.
That's way too many ratings. I think that's all of them except AO.
Yeah.
Oh, we're finally doing this, are we? Because I was going to make a sandwich.
Fable.
Okay. Let's do it.
Yes, it's not.
What do I think about heroes? Well, we've all seen them, haven't we? Swanning about the place.
Yeah, this is Fable.
With their
Yep, this is definitely Fable.
Bones and comically massive
long overdue.
Roughing up bandits, because they like to rough up bandits, don't they? Living it up with the common folk every single night. On a day-to-day basis, I'd say the true hero is me, someone who's...
They also need games to come out soon,
with veg,
like
on the agricultural side.
The next 6 months, and not just Forza,
not
Starfield.
Wafting around mythical creatures.
Yeah. They need a few less Redfalls too.
Wafters.
Yeah.
Well done.
You see, I'm not here to slay legendary beasts. I'm here to conquer the vegetable, not a euphemism. Let's face it, the age of heroes is over. This is the age of innovation. This, if you will, is the age of death. One moment. This is awkward.
Yeah.
Okay, so this guy was a giant?
Four? No number.
Okay.
World premiere.
No date. Okay. Well, that's not a great start.
No. I mean, it probably won't be this year. So they just say, hey, it's going to come out on Game Pass whenever it does.
Yeah. I feel like they should start with the games that are coming out relatively soonish. Okay, something that's a little bit of stop motion. Is this Compulsion Games? That was on the sign in the background. That's the
Contact people. Forgot they own them.
That's because they haven't put much out since they got acquired.
Exactly.
I just realized I've been muted this whole time.
Yeah, I was going to mention it, but, well, I thought you were muted intentionally.
No. Yeah, that Fable announcement is not promising without the date.
No.
I'm guessing the doctrine for this whole show is that just show everything that's in the works, no matter how many 12-month violations you have to commit.
Yeah.
Which makes sense.
Yeah.
I mean, that was like the second or third time they announced a game.
Yeah, it's... Aaron Greenberg was out before the show a couple days ago talking about they weren't really adhering themselves to, like, here's what's coming out in the next 12 months.
Yep, I knew it.
But I would figure you'd start with something that would be more tangible in the near term. Like a Forza, get a date out for that.
Yeah. No, they're just out here to load up the deck, which I get.
Yeah. Fable's been the one game they've been teasing. People are like, oh, the audio on this random video sounds like Fable. It's like, yeah, I hope it would be showing, but we got no gameplay in that one, really?
Yeah.
Okay. South of Midnight.
It's been yet another year that Phil Spencer did not dignify my request for a PGR5 with a response.
Yeah.
And another Game Pass logo. I think we're going to see a lot of those.
No date on that one?
No date on that one either.
All right.
These are dangerous times. At least that's what I hear.
And if you want to see a ridiculous list, check the show notes for Day Zero.
Is this the first Crystal?
Is this the Ubisoft one?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's from Massive.
Belongs to the syndicates.
Oh, this is the other EA one? Okay.
If I want to survive, I have to play their game.
This is also one that probably won't show up this year.
Looks like I'm all in.
There's your Goofy Goober in your Star Wars game.
And Landborn Axolotl.
On second
Yeah.
thought, I'm out.
I don't know if it'll be as good as Targle, but not many can. I don't know if you saw the director for Star Wars 1313 is now working with Amy Hennig on her Star Wars thing with Skybound.
That could be interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just need a chance.
I don't know, it's gonna mean like, oh, we're doing Star Wars 1313. She's like, they're probably doing some cool
Wherever
stuff.
that takes me.
'Cause those are very similar kind of ideas, what they usually work
Yeah.
on.
Off my ship, Jalen.
Well, no doubt some 1313 stuff will end up in
You
there.
have to trust
Yeah.
me. It'll be dangerous, risky.
Yeah.
But
I had to
even
double
if
check
you
what
fall,
Massive was doing.
You'll never
They did
look
Division
over your
2,
shoulder
and they're also working on the Avatar project.
Hmm.
So
Good lord.
there are two things in the pipeline that we don't really know what they are yet.
I'm sure we'll find out tomorrow.
The underworld shows me.
Along with, I'm sure you're excited about it, Danreb, the new Prince of Persia game.
But it's a big
Oh yeah,
galaxy out there,
absolutely.
and I'm
Get
gonna
it
That
out.
looks so good.
And then
really
after
does.
that, there was nothing else to look forward to. So
Yeah, if they can get it out, because they already did hey, we're doing a Prince of Persia thing for early the next year.
That didn't happen.
Yeah.
I mean,
Hey. Outlaws.
it looks way more done than the
Okay.
last time I talked about Prince of Persia.
Coming
Outlaws.
2024.
That's at least a
Right.
date. That's more than we've got in the last couple
I
of
mean,
things.
at least it's a year.
Wow.
into
Yeah.
that. So we'll learn more about this tomorrow.
South of Midnight, Star Wars Outlaws. Welcome to our first ever double feature. The
None of
Xbox
which you
Game
will be playing
Showcase,
this year.
Followed by a deep dive into one of the most important
I do think we've had a couple
RPGs
leaks.
ever made.
Because there's the
Starfield.
Persona stuff leaked again.
Gaming is
Like
the most
last year.
powerful of all entertainment.
Which
Yeah,
I
they
did
better
get,
not-
ver-
Challenges. It
I did get
connects us,
verification is
and it's just
multi-platform.
incredibly and awesomely
Yeah.
fun.
We'll see if Microsoft paid
Xbox is
for
committed to
them to
building
not
the
be able to
greatest
say
place
what
play.
platforms.
By partnering with
for a
the
few
most
days, like
ambitious
last
game
time.
creators, and by unleashing
Where it's
the
like
power
one of the
the
weirdest
gaming
exclusivity
community,
things I've ever
enabling
seen.
all of us to play the games we want
Phil will
with our
probably
friends, anywhere.
pull a Keeley.
From
It's like,
mobile
oh, we know you know
devices to
about this
PCs to
already, but here it
consoles.
is.
The lineup we
There's
have
no
for
point
you
in being
today
vague here anymore.
is just
Yeah.
incredible. These are the works of the very greatest creative teams from around the world. We made this show for you, the largest, most engaged, and globally
I feel like
diverse
this interesting,
fan base
like,
in
knit
Xbox
dress
history.
she has.
You are the heart and
With
soul
the
of
very
Xbox.
Canadian
Your passion
half
drives us, and
half
you are the
jacket,
inspiration
jean
for the
jacket on there.
visionaries whose games we showcase today.
It's a good look.
It's half a
Is that a
Canadian
Canadian thing?
All
tuxedo.
of the team at Xbox.
I'm saying like it's half a Canadian tuxedo.
This next game is from Thunder Lotus, the award-winning studio behind
Oh, yeah.
Spiritfarer, who've
Yeah.
gone back to their combat roots with an amazing co-op raid-focused action game that is uniquely theirs. All right,
Raid-focused
everybody.
action game. Okay.
It's time.
All
I
right,
didn't even know they had
buzzwords.
combat roots.
World premiere.
Yeah, we didn't have world premieres in the Summer Game Fest.
Well, we did, but
I mean, there's no announcer like this. You gotta be like, this is a global announcement.
Oh.
Thunder Lotus does some cool stuff.
Yeah, I've actually never tried Spiritfarer yet. I have like 2 versions of the game.
Yeah. It's a good, chill game about escorting souls to the afterlife by doing farming and all that kind of stuff.
That's probably why I didn't start it. I was watching the Wholesome Direct yesterday because I really like those cozy games, but like I want to say 80% of the games are all farming.
Oh wow.
Yeah, that's unfortunately like the hot thing.
There's a distinct lack of creativity in that space, apparently.
33-player co-op, what?
What the goddamn fuck?
Wow.
We just kept increasing the number until it felt like too much. 34
That's a
was too
lot
much.
of co-op.
Well, it'll say there's no friendly fire, so there's that. You can get fucked out of that.
This is like Resistance 2 style co-op. This would be cool.
Given the scale of the battles, you kind of gonna need that many people. Looks like it's being designed around it.
Yeah, they said it like a raid focused like action game. Well, 33 Immortals.
Looks interesting.
I wrote Immortals, so good.
We also will not be playing this game this year.
Nope.
All right, that's 4 games. Nothing for 2023.
Expect a lot of that.
Just in and out.
Even Summer Game Fest got Mortal Kombat 1 on the second time.
Okay.
Hey, heist game. We haven't seen any of these.
It's Payday 3.
Payday 3, yeah.
Everybody hit the floor.
I want to say they changed publishers to a weird name for it. I'm going to look it up real quick. Payday 3. Oh. Publisher's Prime Matter, which I forget which one that is. Is that the Embracer Groups?
Hard to tell. I think the Embracer owns so many things now.
Yeah. It was
Kind of like
Payday,
ZeniMax, and you know how that story ended.
Payday 2 is under Starbreeze Publishing. Developer Overkill, a Starbreeze studio. Period. What did I see? That Beastie Ball game, indie game that's coming out that got announced on, I think, the Day of the Devs. That is published by Clay Entertainment. Which was like, oh, that's neat. They're doing Kickstarter for it.
Oh, we got one for this year.
Oh, hey.
There's no chance in hell that it's exclusive, but we've got it.
Yeah, coming Game Pass, too.
Yeah.
So now September 19th, 20, and 21 are very stacked days.
Alright, so it was September 21st.
Here's Persona 3.
They had to do this after I said that so far nothing has come out this year. But... Oh, there's
This
Persona
is
3.
definitely Persona 3.
I wonder if it was an audible to make it at this point in the presentation.
Probably.
Ooh, re-recorded music.
It does sound like what's in P3P.
Yeah.
Okay, more third-person style, like Persona 5.
I'm not crazy about the P5 menus, because I was hoping they'd stay, you know... See, the pause menu here is nice. I don't want to use the black and reds.
The words they're putting on screen are nonsense.
This is a Persona trailer, so...
Yeah. It was like reading Asker. I was like, what? Okay, early next year.
Yeah. When I saw the leak, I thought it was German or something, but no.
Same dude who shows up in my Outrun 2 custom soundtracks, by the way.
Yeah. All right, what's this? Oh,
This is probably
Mirage.
Oh, we didn't
Creed
get
Mirage.
They didn't jump right into Persona 5 Tactica.
They said Xbox Game Studios, so
Yeah.
Oh, this might. Okay, this is Obsidian. This
People
is
don't
something
like you
new.
very much.
Good call.
Sent here to the living lands by an emperor who couldn't bother to come himself.
This isn't Avowed, I don't think. Maybe it is.
I think it is.
I don't know, all the visuals I saw from Avowed was like in a cave, which now we're getting caves.
Some plague that seems
Yeah, that's a zombie bear.
yeah.
You want us to trust you.
Yep,
But the
giant
truth
spider.
is, you scare us.
Big trend is first-person magic.
And fungal zombies.
The way you fight,
Okay, this is like Skyrim
the power you
looking
wield,
stuff.
the secrets you keep. You're either here to save us or destroy us.
And they're telling Bethesda, see, why is it so hard?
So now that you have all this power, what are you gonna do with it?
Yep, Avowed. No dates,
No date.
2024.
Oh. That's sure
Still not
something.
next year.
Yeah.
One game so far.
That game has certainly turned changed direction a little bit since the last time we saw it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like it though.
I mean, it has to, because all we saw was them in a cave for like 5 seconds.
Rare and
Another Xbox
Lucasfilm.
Game Studios.
Sea of
Okay.
Thieves. It's their next season or whatever.
Sound nice.
Yeah, Monkey Island. Yeah, they're doing a Monkey Island thing.
That makes sense.
Kind of played.
That's an interesting crossover.
The most notorious tavern on Melee Island. Wall-to-wall rogues and scoundrels.
So tell me, which ship is right for you?
So did,
a big ship, a luxury ship, a ship with just a splash?
Stan.
Je ne sais quoi.
The legend of Monkey Island. You mean Governor Guybrush. But Threepwood's not set foot out of that mansion for almost a year.
Hey, what do you think you're doing? I told you no autographs. So I see you have a meet and greet ticket. And I guess it's not every day that you get to meet the mighty pirate Guybrush Threepwood, the legend of Monkey Island.
Still kind of amazed that Sea of Thieves is still going and actually still will kill it.
Has turned the memories of this island.
Yeah, enough people play it. I don't, but
Apparently it's quietly a pretty huge game. Like massive community.
You need these.
Yeah, well, I mean, its launch was pretty rough, but it looks like a lot of the issues that it had initially has kind of been ironed out.
It definitely righted the ship, to put it one way. But no, after Game Pass came out, this game definitely took off.
yeah, it's just not a great game for solo players.
No, kind of isn't. You kind of need a group you can play. Oh, here we go. There's one for this year.
It's not a whole game. It's just
No.
an expansion, but it's a thing. It's soon.
Yeah.
It's a thing that is happening. We need more of that.
Another Xbox Game Studios premiere.
Okay, Asobo. Flight sim people. Yep.
Okay.
Another Flight Simulator expansion, I'm guessing.
Okay.
If they make this like a Euro Truck sim, I'll be cool with that.
I don't know what that means.
Like you're an actual driver in a Euro Truck sim, you're not just a vehicle, so you complete jobs, get experience, improve your
Yeah.
skills and your hazmat licenses and that kind of stuff. Whereas in Flight Sim, you just pick a plane and where you take off and land, and that's it.
So this is more basically like a campaign mode being added, which makes sense.
Yeah. Here, we need to get to a hospital. Crash. Yeah, don't make this. Don't do any military jobs because they just crash a lot. And you can skydive, and they're basically killing a lot of simulation games that do this. That don't have the budget of a Microsoft.
Yeah. Well, it all depends on how well they actually end up doing it. That's the question.
Oh, VIP charter. You can take all the rich people around and waste a lot of fuel on that. Fighter pilot.
I saw this one at Facebook Reel yesterday of someone playing this, and he took 2 hours trying to safely land in San Diego, but safely meant a lot of twists and turns. I was like, that's exactly how I play this game.
Okay.
2024. Coming in 2024, I would imagine.
All right.
Yeah.
The theme here. Welcome to the 2024 Xbox Showcase.
Well, they got 2 games for 2023 so far. That's Forza and Starfield. Yeah, it's the new Dune game, I assume.
Yeah.
No, it's a simulator. It's Dune and yeah.
In-flight simulator for some reason.
Oh.
Well, they did Top Gun a while back, so.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah, but at least those are real planes. They did do something that was they put like the Halo flight vehicles in there at one point.
I mean, at least ornithopters are kind of cool.
Yeah, I kind of want to fly those. Yeah.
Like, are there going to be actual worms?
There better be.
Drugs?
I would hope so. The spice must flow.
Gliding into London with the cooler.
Hi, Melina here.
Hey, we haven't seen this game in like 3 years.
At Ninja Theory, where we have just wrapped our shoots for Senua Saga Hellblade 2.
Oh yeah.
When we first showed
they announced this game when they announced the Xbox Series X.
This was the first game for this console, and now they're like, hey, remember that?
It's almost done, I think.
Yeah, this guy, we saw this like 3 years ago.
Yeah, I think this is one of those that has to be this year, right?
I'd hope so.
Intimate journey that awaits you in Senua Saga.
It needs some date.
What you'll see
if it's not this year, then something's wrong.
Xbox
Yeah.
Series X.
I mean, it has to hit sometime.
I'd say by early next year it should be out. Yep. Here's Senua having a very good time.
She can feel them.
As usual.
Slipping through her soul. Following the threads of her mind. She's here to find them.
Yeah, for those of you that haven't played the original game, it is a masterpiece as far as sound design goes. I'm watching this with headphones right now, and they're already doing it well.
Yeah, I got like these, voices in different channels.
But it's never so simple, is it? Wisdom has a price.
Looks good.
There's always a part of you that changes. A part of you that darkens.
I don't know, I was expecting anuses in the wall, but okay.
And a part of you that dies. Over there. That pool.
That's one trend I hope doesn't catch on.
Feel them everywhere. The lost ones. They are watching.
You need subtle anuses, not obvious anuses. Yeah, see, right there's another one.
Clearly with the medical issue.
She has a problem with body stuff.
They can see us.
Maybe she has a thing where she sees anuses everywhere.
How can we make it happen? It's time to find out. Why are they watching? It's time to find out.
She's finding new mental health issues as she goes along.
I'm here.
Watching more than one. Where are they?
Where are you?
What do they want?
The voices in my head,
I'm scared. This is too
left and right.
Their eyes everywhere. Can feel them boring into her. What is she supposed to do? Do something. Ask them.
What do you want me to do?
Our souls fought through hell to find us.
You were lost. Not anymore.
Are you ready for what you will find here?
What we will find.
What if it's all for nothing?
What is that? There. They are waiting. There. It's them. It's you. What will they do to her? What will we do to us? Touch it. And feel your mind, your voices, all the parts of you that are broken. You can be whole. All the grief, all the rage, all the fear.
Everything I've seen, everything I've done has led me to this place.
We've come so far, not far enough. Say it. You are ready. Tell them.
Well, this will probably be a Game of the Year contender, whatever year it decides to come out.
What if we get lost forever? What will happen to them? What will happen to you?
I will not let them down.
Yeah, the original was really good. It just needed more polish on the actual combat.
Yeah.
Who are these around you, Senua? Those you have saved?
Yep.
Or
Next
those
year.
you let
2024. Well, that's something at least.
Yeah, they showed a lot more substance in the previous ones, but I think
Game Pass, of course.
was the first part gameplay, or was that entirely a trailer?
It was entirely a trailer.
Like I said, in engine,
Yeah.
Yeah.
there's more. Okay, this is like a Dragon 8.
Boy. Oh yeah.
He's naked again.
This guy's awesome.
How did I get here again? And I'm.
Damn it. He's not in jail this time.
He's not bleeding out.
Well, he's not in jail until they pick him up for public lewdness.
Oh, he's in America?
Which isn't far
Yeah,
off.
because I think this was Hawaii or Miami.
Those are two very far places.
Oh, surf's up, dude. Yeah, dude.
This must be Hawaii.
Yeah, they were speaking English.
What's up, dude? Somebody transported 20 years in the past.
Yeah, he's in Oahu.
Oh, this is definitely going to be a problem.
I didn't expect them to get out of Japan. Infinite wealth, what? There's the 8s, your infinite sum.
Yeah,
All right.
Early
that happens
2024.
on occasion.
2024. Early.
I'm actually gonna trust Sega there.
There's your Bethesda. 76, alright. This niche 15 million player game.
What a sight! A verdant wonderland of promise plucked from post-atomic blight. The fruit of years of prudent progress and determined reclamation, and 15 million dwellers worth of keen imagination. From the heart of West Virginia to the depths of the pit.
Well, we owe it all to Vault 76.
No matter if you roam alone or spend your time with friends, you'll find a home in Appalachia where the good times never end. There are relics to uncover from a time before the war, along with loads of friendly folks to meet and enemies galore. Our world is always
This game's alright now.
foes are overthrown as we embark on
Yeah, it's more like a Fallout game now, at least.
Yeah.
From Appalachian settlements to Nuka World on tour. You're never short on things to do or places to
No, I think you can instance a solo instance if you want.
pack your bags for an escape.
I think you have to pay for that.
Yeah, but you can do it.
Shield on
Yeah.
and fix your hair up pretty because we're headed for the boardwalk of Atlantic City. So
Okay.
there you have it.
Expansion.
Now you know. There's a million ways to make the wasteland your waste home. And when you hear adventure calling, when you're looking for some kicks, answer the call of Vault. Answer the call of Vault. Answer the call of Vault 76. Play it now with Xbox Game Pass.
It's coming soon.
I really like that style of that trailer, though. That was actually like very cool.
It was very on brand.
Capcom, okay.
New Monster Hunter?
No, it doesn't look like Monster Hunter.
I don't
Unless
think
they're
it's
doing
Exoprimal.
something.
I was getting Rise vibes for a minute.
It looks more like Wild Hearts in style. That's EA. They doing Onimusha or something?
That's what I'm thinking.
It could be Monster Hunter World 2. Oh.
Yeah, this is Monster Hunter as fuck. Or at least done by people involved with Monster Hunter.
Yeah, there's no katana involved.
Yeah,
Oh,
this is-
but there's a lot of weapons.
It's definitely an action thing.
It's a new IP.
Yeah, because the style of the gameplay
Alright,
of the
it's
show
an
here is
action.
not-
It's an action game. It's not Monster Hunter.
Yeah. It's like Monster Hunter's much closer behind the back. Path of the Goddess. Okay. Something
Okay.
new.
Hopefully we see us tomorrow.
And no date.
Yeah, world premieres, which means it's not coming out this year. Game Pass, though.
RE
when it does
Engine.
come out.
Yeah, they're running pretty much everything off of that now.
General Motors' historic commitment to performance
There's Forza.
is embodied in two of its iconic brands.
Now, if we don't get a date
Chevrolet
for this, I'll
and
be
Cadillac.
very annoyed.
The V
Yeah, unlike that
series
showcase.
elevates
Yeah, unlike
Cadillac's
that
competitive
showcase they
spirit
had earlier, where
to a
like
whole new level,
everything's coming
with its
out in the
thunderous
next few
V8
months, except for
and hybrid
Forza.
power. The legendary Corvette has been a celebrated champion for decades. The all-new Chevrolet Corvette E-Ray continues that tradition. General
E-Ray?
Motors is proud to usher in a new era of competition with the innovators behind the new Forza Motorsport.
Has the Cybertruck gotten into any of these games?
Forza Motorsport and General Motors are pairing their strengths in technical excellence
Not yet,
with sophisticated,
It
modern
wouldn't
design.
surprise me if it ends up
To take
somewhere.
bold steps into
I
the
know they already
future
have
and
their
bring
own
that
like
experience to
Lego
gamers.
kits. I forget the
I'm thrilled
other
to
Lego
welcome the Cadillac
company.
D-Series.R and the Corvette E-Ray to the
Mega
home
Bloks,
of
maybe?
competition.
It's like $200. Yeah, this looks good.
That's definitely Forza.
I just want to know what the campaign's like.
I know you're ready. You've got this.
Yep, you're definitely doing that in race. Swinging your camera around.
Nope, you're not doing that. Unless you're using a VR headset, then maybe you are. But the Xbox doesn't support VR, so you're not doing that.
I'm feeling a little called out here.
Yeah, well, it wasn't a call out, it's more just a natural head movement. When you
That was your best lap yet.
Apparently this event has a live audience, but the whole thing is pre-recorded. They were better off just watching it at theater.
Yeah.
Okay, October 10th.
Day before my birthday.
Yeah. Happy birthday.
I think this
Game Pass, of course.
Oh, there's no number. It's just Forza Motorsport.
Yeah, it's kind of a soft reboot.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Which makes database.
And what they actually
points
mean by a reboot is open to question, but it's what they're doing.
Yeah. They're rethinking everything into something that's still pretty similar to what they were doing.
So it's not Mortal Kombat 1.
No. But as far as we know.
The Skyrim again?
Elder Scrolls Online.
Yeah, they have a disclosure for that every year.
Or Elder Scrolls 6, maybe show some of that, but
Okay, I got an email on 33 Immortals, so that's cool. Co-op action roguelike for 33 players.
I feel disconnected from fate's flow.
That's an Xbox exclusive. Epic Game Store, Xbox Series X and S, Windows PC with Game Pass for console and PC in 2024. They're doing a beta later this year. Yeah, this is definitely Elder Scrolls.
The secret. Save Tamriel.
Necron. Okay. Shadow over Morrowind.
Well, that's soon.
yeah, looks like next week.
C6 Unit 37. Toronto is under attack.
Next week.
By Null Sector.
There's something different about Null Sector this time.
So what's
See,
what's
we
the
wish
count?
they-
One game and 2 expansions?
So far.
They need
Yeah.
our help.
Overwatch.
They wish we owned this already by now.
And we have so much to teach them.
Once we own them, we'll re-announce PvP.
We can stop Null Sector. Maybe we can save the city.
Coming through.
Been a while,
It would have been cool if they announced or showed off their Pride stuff here to really get people mad.
So we fly up there, smash through anything that gets in our way, and punch another business.
I hate to interrupt the moment, but I'm picking up reports of more attacks in other cities.
It's a fight they want. I say let's give it to them.
Giant Bastion.
Engage. Target mark.
Time to create peace with bullets. Greetings.
Did they just go back on what they said, or
no?
what are these?
They said they were gonna do like little small events, like what they did in Overwatch 1.
I saw that. Not bad.
Hero Starter Pack on Game Pass Ultimate.
World premiere.
Nice.
Okay, so this is another one that's not coming out soon.
There's the other
Here's
one.
Persona 5 Tactica.
What is this place?
Okay, this I didn't see yet.
What the hell is going on? Who are these people?
Kind of the Persona Q style.
Oh yeah, they went the Q style. Not a fan of that.
So you're telling me you're thieves?
This is more turn-based strategy, XCOM-ish.
Yeah.
That's cool.
The Rebel Corps will always help the Phantom Thieves.
Hence
Just as the
Tactica.
Phantom Thieves have helped the Rebel Corps. Never forget that we're a united force who can rely on each other. You should be grateful to have been made.
Is that Sai is a party member?
You're just mannerless little brats.
That in and of itself will sell this game.
Unfortunately, returning will be no easy feat. Somewhere deep inside, I know you realize things can't go on like this. So, will you take a stand beside us? Yeah, let's show them what we got.
Okay, that's out this year.
Hell yeah.
November 17th. Finally have something to add to my list. All right.
All right. Bethesda,
It's
fine.
on Game Pass, so it's not required.
Okay, they're gonna show some Starfield, I
Humanity
guess,
has always hunted for
before they go into the direct.
Yeah.
The wonder is not that the field of
Stay tuned for more in 45 minutes.
When is Black Friday?
but that we have measured it.
Okay, it's the week before Black Friday. That's like setting out to die, but okay. And it's a Sega game, so it'll be like at least 30% off by then.
It's also on Game Pass, so you won't have to pay a thing for it.
Exactly. It's like, I'll just not do anything.
Stop it, Bethesda. You have not been working on this for 25 years.
No. Probably feels like 25 years, but no, it hasn't been that long.
Stop lying. You've been working on this for like 8 years.
Unless it has existed for 25 years in the form of a notebook in someone's desk that they finally decided to do something with.
You're part of Constellation now.
Yeah, there was
Isn't this coming, or doesn't this have its own event though? Why are we talking about this now?
Yeah, that's
exactly.
What I was going to say. It's like, why are you wasting time with something?
Because
you're
this is all fluff to be like, stay tuned. That's 45 minutes.
Yeah. We're filling time because we don't have enough for an hour and a half.
I will say, well, what we've seen so far with this game is a lot better than what we've seen in previous years, including the gameplay. So,
well, I'd hope so. It's coming out this year.
Yeah.
It's also like 3-second scenes.
These artifacts could be everything we've been
We put weird shit in it.
Another great secret the universe is asking us to unravel.
Oh, we got the Tears of the Kingdom rings up there.
Throughout the galaxy could be at risk.
Oh yeah, third person, definitely what people want.
I mean, I wouldn't mind that at all.
Spacer Punk.
We are not stopping. Whatever lies at the end of this road.
I mean, most Bethesda games I've played do that.
Forever.
You can usually toggle it.
Yep. It's what, right stick?
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's the thing you accidentally hit and you're like, oh no, what did I do? How do I turn it off? Okay.
Yep.
September. Well, that's one game. Another
Is
game
that right before? I forget what is also out that date.
Let me check.
Starfield Direct coming up. Yeah.
Bay Farm. No, that's not what I want. That's September 8th.
World premiere.
My only September games are Nayata Boundless Trails, Lies of P, and Party Animals. Sea of Stars is out in late August.
Yep.
Buying that.
That's one I definitely have to own physically.
Yeah. I'm trying to get as much physical as I can with the Switch, at least. Trying to avoid the ones that have downloads attached to them.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely look out for that on the box.
Yeah. Well, sometimes you don't even get the notice of it.
Which one?
Yeah, it's like I think Diablo 3 for one it has it on the.
Oh yeah.
There's a different download half the game.
I'm in the part of Diablo 4 where now it's work. I have to look up a
Okay.
guide because I've died on a boss like 10 times in a row.
Oof.
It has like 3 waves. I just run out of health.
Hmm.
So now I'm annoyed. Okay, let's see.
February.
I was actually gonna buy Diablo 4 yesterday, and then I got 4 codes to do for embargo.
4 of them? Jeez.
I think I saw one of them.
I'm sure you did.
So I was like looking at the app, and it's like, oh, these people are playing this, and I was like, oh, you must have gotten a code for that thing.
My acrophobia would not allow me to play this. I'm getting anxiety just watching the trailer.
What is
I'm loving
this?
this so far. I'm not sure about the art style, but I like the climbing. I'm in for that.
What if it was Breath of the Wild, but there was no stamina meter? Jusant, okay.
Or Ascend.
Climb Fall 2023.
Usant.
That's going to be a hell no from me.
That's a
I'm
no.
all the way in on that.
World premiere.
Oh, we got a season for that one at least.
Another world premiere.
Yeah,
I'm
Armored
sure
Core
the check's
6
in the mail
is-
for Team Ninja.
Yeah, Armored Core 6 is August 25th. Baldur's Gate 3 is August 31st. So yeah, Starfield's like right after
Right in the middle
that.
of it all.
That shot of the waves totally made me think it was going to be a Team Ninja game.
This is the Chinese room beta. A bunch of narrative adventure games. Super Bomberman R2 is September 13th.
Fuck yeah.
For some reason, I thought that was already out.
Nope. Super Bomberman R
Okay.
was a launch game for the Switch, but R2 is still
Oh no,
in
no,
development.
I know about that. Yeah, okay. I saw it's on the Target buy 2 get 1 free list.
Yeah, The Legend of Nayuta Boundless Trails is also out September 19th.
Yeah, that's what I mentioned.
Liza P, Mortal Kombat 1.
Couple weeks later, though.
It's like 3 games right there in the same day.
When's Mortal Kombat 1?
19th.
Oh god, that's 3 games. Okay.
Like the thing Phil and I noticed is every game is coming out on the 19th or the 20th of the month. This is neat.
Yeah, I'm not mad at this.
Yeah, that one was cool.
New day, new
Never saw
dungeon.
that either.
Roguelike. What if we took every mechanic from every game?
That's kind of what it's seeming like.
Got Ratchet and Clank sliding and all that. Dungeons of Hinterberg. Okay. Curve games.
Okay.
I could get into that.
Hi.
Oh,
I'm
there he
very
is.
excited to be returning as Johnny Silverhand in the upcoming expansion for Cyberpunk 2077, Phantom Liberty. This new adventure reunites Johnny and V on a dangerous spy mission and introduces Idris Elba as secret agent Solomon Reed. It's really amazing to share the screen with you, Idris. It's cool to be a part of this game with you, man. As a player, you'll get to visit Dogtown, an unexplored part of Night City, and rescue the President of the new United States of America.
You know that
Expect
climbing
a
game
massive
was made by
expansion,
Donut, so that's
twists,
easily the most
secrets,
active Donut game I've ever
and
seen in my
plenty
life.
of stuff
For
to
real.
do. I know the
Yeah, you
team
should
at
check out
CD
their
Projekt
other
Red
game.
just keeps raising
Where
the
is it
bar when
called?
it comes to telling
Banisher's
cinematic
Ghosts of New Eden.
stories in video games.
Yeah.
And I
That is
really
definitely
can't wait for you
different.
to play it on
Yeah.
Xbox Series X.
Well, they made
and
an action
S.
game before Life is
But
Strange.
enough talking.
Remember Me?
I'm guessing you want to see
Yeah.
for
That's a good one.
yourself. And so it is my honor and
It was a little
pleasure
rough around the edges,
to
but it was a
give
good
you
game.
and
Yeah,
introduce the
nice style, and I
official
like
trailer
the
for
way you can make
Phantom
your own
Liberty.
combos.
Check it out.
Calm down, Keanu. Also, I like you in Alan Wake
be a
2.
way out of this.
Johnny, I'm dying. There's nothing can stop that.
Welcome to Dogtown.
V. My name is Songbird. I'm an NUS intelligence analyst. I know about the bomb ticking in your head.
We promise this one won't have any issues like the last time.
What's the catch? I need you to get to
Well, that was a cool glitch effect.
Yeah, but this one was intentional.
Yeah.
Man's got 1,001 reasons to want Myers as a hostage. Sleeper agents.
Yes, Idris
Time to wake
Elba.
them up. So NUSA's tossing us back into the fray, huh?
Stay sharp. We're in the wolf's den now.
Let's say MILF Guard. What?
Get Myers out of there.
One of those ads on the wall. Jeez.
Her safety is the top priority.
Shit! They catch us out here, we're dead.
Wait, hear that?
God almighty! It's moving! Run! This way! Quick!
We put Mass Effect in Cyberpunk.
Someone ratted us out.
You know, V, treason ain't ever black and white.
It's a charade, V.
Wherever she goes, people get hurt. Bodies drop.
Just want what Songbird promised me. The cure.
Situation's changed. Need to know if you're with me.
Illusion of freedom draws in the desperate. Pick your truth, V.
Come on, got iron in your hand. Gotta put it to someone's head. Pull the trigger.
If I don't do anything, and do it soon, I'll die.
Right? September 26th.
Nice.
Right after like 8 other things. So,
Yeah.
congrats.
Okay. Once again, another extension. That's
Yeah,
coming
another
this year.
expansion, but
I'll be
this one's
picking that up.
pretty substantial. Mm.
Yeah, that game's actually in a pretty good place now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta find time to jump back in.
Mm.
But like the place I stopped was because of a bad bug that I think was pretty fatal.
Yeah, which they probably ended up fixing by that point. So
And then they said, hey, what if we add full ray tracing on PC? That'll be good.
yeah, it's like
Go get the
you know,
$1,500 graphics card and maybe you'll play this well.
Well, no, yeah. With that patch that they updated to 4090, you'll still only run it at 20 frames a second.
Yeah. Oh, is this new Cities game?
I like it.
Mm.
You can get out of the box you start in. It's our innovation.
Yeah, this.
This is obviously not my a cup of tea, but have we gotten to the point where these games already like make you build bridges and highways and shit?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I love me some SimCity, so.
Mm.
I play this a few hours and figure out how, okay, the poop goes here and then you get the water from here so it doesn't go downstream. And keep all the stinky buildings in the one side of the area and everybody else on the other, and then let it go.
Do not zone industrial anywhere near your residential.
October 24th. Okay.
Okay, so another city
Skylines.
Third parties have 2023 on lockdown. Microsoft does not.
No. Basically, Microsoft has been saying, please subscribe to Game Pass. We have a lot of things that will eventually show up there.
Yeah, we're paying our third parties, but
World premiere.
They are doing a good job of adding value to Game Pass, I will say that.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Another Atlas world premiere. I don't think this one leaked.
Yeah, what do we have now? Studio Zero.
僕を覚えてるか
国民の信託を最も集めし者が次なる王となる
Oh.
Is this Shin Megami Tensei?
陛下のお命が奪われるなど
Just has Shino, so Persona guy.
Yeah.
Shoji Meguro. The guy who retired from doing Persona stuff is back doing something else.
Is this Project Re Fantasy from like 7-8 years ago?
I don't know.
P34 and Kai.
Holy shit.
This is the new IP.
Yeah.
この国は今有史以来の危機にさらされている
I was just thinking about this the other day.
Love the menus. They totally nailed that. After P5.
またあったねやはり君は興味深い今こそあんた自身がそうなる前正義かどうかじゃない誰もが恐れと不安に負けそうです
A little bit more on the medieval side.
Yeah, this is Project Re Fantasy. I'll bet. Or whatever they end up calling it.
Yeah.
Metaphor. Refantasio.
When was the last time they mentioned that one? Metaphor. Refantas. It has to be it.
Fantasio.
Yeah, 2024.
It's Italian.
Metaphor Refantasio.
That's next year.
Well, take my money.
And then everyone's gonna check if that's a PS5 game too.
Yeah, this originated back in like 2016, I think.
Humanity's cities.
And they put it under development under the philosophy that with the tone and style that JRPGs were taking, doing something in a classic fantasy style is probably the most unorthodox and off the path sort of thing you can do.
Yeah.
And I hadn't heard anything about it since. I thought it was vaporware. I just thought Persona 5 became a runaway success, and they didn't go anywhere. Apparently, I was wrong. So, yeah, that goes like straight to the top of my not E3 favorites list, basically.
Yeah.
I think we even talked about it on the Day Zero update.
Years ago, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, the show was like pretty new at that point. We're talking first 100 episodes or so.
Together, you can save
maybe even first 50. Well, definitely not first 50.
Towerborn.
That's alright.
Yeah, well, the
another not 2023 thing from Microsoft.
Game Pass. Please subscribe to Game Pass.
World premiere.
This will all be ready by the Xbox Series Y.
No, the Series XS. Make it more confusing. In Exile.
This city is a miracle of progress.
What if we did BioShock?
Delicately balanced machine.
Kind of makes you wonder if when Microsoft made all these acquisitions, they actually just made everybody start over. Because we're finally seeing some fruit of the labor after like 2 or 3 years.
One rebellious little gear.
Because you would think
Except-
that, you know, when they started buying that, they've already had some in the pipeline, but we never saw anything until like now.
Except for Redfall, that fucking thing can go out.
Yeah,
to
yeah.
die. Because I guess fuck those guys.
If you alter our past, if you threaten what I have built, there is nowhere in space or time where I will not destroy you.
Alright, calm down, lady.
Ah.
Oh no. What
Interesting concept. I have questions about its implementation, but the idea is good.
Before my
Bioshock meets Back to the Future. Clock, work, revolution. Okay.
When's it releasing? Don't worry about it.
In due time.
It's releasing.
It's not 2024 though.
Thank you all for joining us. Today is a special day for me and the team. I'm excited to see 11 games showcased from our first-party studios. We opened with Fable from Playground Games, which will bring the franchise into the modern era.
Of course it does in Starfield,
while
but that's
staying
it.
true to its British
Yeah,
style.
so
and
9
era.
of them don't.
Compulsion and In Exile shared their first original experiences since joining Xbox with South of Midnight and Clockwork Revolution. And we are thrilled at how Avowed is shaping up for release next year from the RPG masters at Obsidian. In addition to Avowed, our studios will deliver
You notice his
Hellblade
Hexen
2,
t-shirt?
an all-new Microsoft Flight Simulator, Powerborn, and more in 2024. Later this
Is
month,
that Activision
players
Blizzard
can look forward to
that owns
Elder
that
Scrolls
IP?
Online Necrom
Id?
and Sea of Thieves Monkey Island. As we look to holiday, we will launch Starfield and Forza Motorsport, both built for Xbox Series X, S, and PC. We are also honored to share 14 games today from our creative partners, like Star Wars Outlaws from Ubisoft Massive in collaboration with Lucasfilm Games, 33 Immortals from Thunder Lotus, Kunitsu Gami, Path of the Goddess from Capcom, and more Persona games coming to Game Pass thanks to our continued partnership with Sega Atlas.
Okay, that was Raven
I'd
Software,
also
so
like to
Activision Blizzard owns
congratulate
them.
the Studio
Yeah.
Zero team on Metaphor.
So that's him
Reset
being like,
Zeo. It's
we'd
great
like to
be able
own this.
premiere What is next from the creators
To
of
go with
Persona
Doom and Quake.
here in our showcase. We are focused on putting our players and game creators first in everything we do. No matter if you choose to play on Xbox, PC, or over the cloud, all gamers are welcome here at Xbox.
Except if you want to
When
play
it comes to
PGR,
our
then you can all fuck
consoles,
off.
We have heard your feedback on two fronts. First, we have significantly increased our supply of Xbox Series X, making it easier for fans to find globally. Second, we know you've wanted more storage with Xbox
I still have not
Series
opened my
S,
Xbox Series
and
S.
I'm excited to share we have some news there as well.
It's all free. Get your terabytes. Or they put internal storage in this S.
It's more affordable. Hopefully.
It's black! Just like the shower drain on it.
So black S, black sex, Series S.
Another 1 terabyte that had to happen.
Yeah.
Turns out 300 gigs is not much.
Not really.
If you're gonna try to play NBA 2K, which is half of that. $349. Increasing the price. Good job.
Increasing the storage, but also the price. At least Western Digital
And
has
now
storage
for the
cards
one
now
more
available,
thing
yeah.
you've all been waiting for.
Yeah, there's
Prepare
still
for the most comprehensive
the 1
deep
terabyte
dive we've
new
ever
cards are
done
about as much as
for the
the
biggest game we've ever built.
2 terabytes are for
So
PlayStation.
sit tight and enjoy Starfield Direct.
The 4 terabytes are not
This is-
that much more.
technically short for Microsoft. Like, yeah, they're spending a full hour on a Starfield. So I'm not counting that, but yeah.
Oh, the way. Okay. I was pretty sure they were implying it was 30 minutes for Starfield.
Okay, well, either way, like, I'm used to the Xbox showcase being like over 2 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was kind of disappointed that Phil pulled the plug when he did. Like, I could have done with another 30 to 60 minutes of reveals, and I think the show would have been a lot stronger for.
Or yeah. Now they're gonna spend about
Like,
half an hour.
I mean, I thought it was solid. My one problem is obviously the biggest problem. They announced like 2 things this year, but you know.
Hey everyone, thank you so much for joining us today, and welcome to Bethesda Game Studios.
Oh, we got
we've been so lucky over the decades.
2
to make the kind of
JRPGs
games that we love
and
here.
a strategy
Yeah, those are huge
RPG.
reveals.
That's better
From the Elder
that's
Scrolls
better than
to
we
Fallout,
usually eat.
We love creating these worlds and playing in them just as much as you do. And throughout all that time, we'd
a few years ago, I lost my
dream
shit
up
over.
the space game. What if
I
we
forgot what
could
it
take that
was. Scarlet
feeling
Nexus.
of being who
This
you wanna
this
be
Fantasia
and
game looks
exploring a new world, but set
so
it in
much cooler.
space, where you weren't really limited in
It's
where
like
you could
I
go
want to play
or what
that
you could
like
do.
immediately, but that's
And
next
that
year.
is Starfield. Obviously, we've come a long way since then with the games we've built, our technology, and all of us here in the studio. We've done so
Gamatsu
much
has a
together,
blurb on
but,
their
well,
articles
we've
about
never tried to
Persona
make a
3
game
Reloaded,
like this.
Persona 5 Tactica.
Today, you'll get to
It
hear
should be
from
noted
many
that
on
the console
team
versions
and
of
see so
Persona 3
much
Portable,
of what we
4
think makes our
Golden,
game
5 Royal
special.
were
So,
exclusively
let's jump
announced for
in
Xbox
and take a
Series X and S and Xbox One and PC for a 48-hour window before Atlas confirmed the titles would be available for additional platforms.
Starfield is our first new
So this may be the
in
same.
over
We understand
25
that this will
but
probably
it's
be available
still
for
a
multiple
Bethesda
platforms.
RPG through and through, where you
Which is
step
funny,
into a
is
new
like-
world and you
yeah.
get that feeling of
It's like,
unlimited
calm down, but
possibilities.
this is all we know.
But this time, it's not just one world.
We assume, but we could be wrong.
It's like we have 48-hour exclusivity of announcing the platforms.
Of where to go,
We'll see what
is
happens
not
on
ours.
Wednesday.
It's yours. And it wasn't until now that we had the technology to create it. From the rocks at your feet to the mountains in the distance. to the
Okay,
people
Matsu,
and
that was not
creatures
Fable
that live in these
gameplay.
worlds.
It was this time last year where
That isn't just a
That's
backdrop.
very
when they
optimistic.
announced
Actually, they're orbiting the
Well, it
planet.
was
Persona
probably
3 and
anything,
4.
but still.
We realistically simulate the galaxy around you. Our
Yes,
next
you can go there.
generation lighting model uses real-time global illumination to light the world based on the type of star
So you put the
and
St. Louis
makeup
Arc
of
in
the planet's
space.
atmosphere.
Hello Games is
We
like,
also have an
guys,
How do we not
animation
No Man's Sky
system.
this?
guys,
And of
we've been
course,
doing this for
You can
years.
play it in third person, and you can play it in first person.
Okay, cool.
We love exploration
Okay.
and rewarding it, but you do explore
we
differently in
visit
this
the
game
depths, though?
given its scale. That usually involves exploring an area you've landed in. You can collect resources,
We gotta find 4 floras.
do a mission, and maybe even stumble upon
Will
something
any of the planets
unexpected.
immediately kill you when you land on?
Probably not. That's
Because
Big
if
knock.
it's not, then that's not a game I want to play.
I like my games to be like, you've been born
Oh, there they are.
in a poison world. Survive.
I do that.
Spacer Punk. He just wants to take down the patriarchy. What are you doing?
Did he just yell my eye?
I don't know. I'm not listening to their talk.
We do love stuff and all of the items
Yeah.
allowing you to
If
pick
he got shot in
everything
the
up.
eye, I'd
And
assume
you
he
can
would
view
hurt.
all that
Mm.
in your data menu.
Boom Pop
This
Cola.
is the hub
Okay.
for everything you're doing, from your
Nice.
skills,
They put in
to
a
your
Capri Sun
ship,
bag?
your missions, and your inventory. We love to pack a ton of detail in every object, from all of your weapons, to spacesuits, to food. We just obsess over the details, and food. We obsess over food.
I don't know. Final Fantasy 15's
When
food
you're
looks
done
better than that.
exploring, you can walk back or fast travel to your ship. We have companions and crew you can take with you. I left Vasco here back at my ship.
Welcome back, Captain Howard.
And he can even say your name. Let's head out.
Oh, that's dangerous.
That
Our mission was to
having
convey
the
wonder
able to
and
say your
majesty
name.
of space
I mean,
exploration,
4 had that,
to
Fallout
evoke the
4.
romance of the
It's just
golden
like a
age of
limited
early
amount of
spaceflight.
names.
And we've been referring to this approach as
Because it's robots, they can
This
just
is
use.
a language where the tech is
It's a robot, so they can
advanced,
just use
yet
AI.
still looks grounded
Yeah.
and relatable.
For us, it's that contrast. That's where the visual interest is. Obviously, the NASA, which is the rigid, hard function over style, and then Punk, which is all about style.
You can see that visual style coming through in your ship. Your ship is your home for you and your crew. And like many of the spaces in our game, it has a slightly retro and analog touch. A bit of lo-fi rather than sci-fi, where everything is well used, worn,
Yeah,
and
October's stacked with
Alrighty.
releases.
What's the plan, Captain?
Assassin's Creed Mirage is the 12th, Disgaea is 7, or no, Lords of the Fallen is the 13th, Alan Wake 2 is the
You can
17th,
see all of its info
Hot
and
Wheels Unleashed
resources.
2 is the
You can choose a landing
19th,
spot or fast travel
Marvel
to
Spider-Man
known
2 is the
locations.
20th.
Backing out further, you can view
And
all
if you like to
the
get
planets
weird,
in the system.
At least for me.
Obviously, the
if
game.
you like to
is
get
big,
weird, there's Alone in the
and
Dark on the
here you can see
25th.
planets that
Hmm.
have key locations, missions, or life on them, versus the many planets that are barren but resource heavy. Zoom out even further to see all the systems in this part of the galaxy. Here, you can plot a course to ones that are light years away. This uses your
So the
ship's
thing about
grav
this is
drive
most
to
of these
full
planets are
space
just
and
garbage
jump to
planets,
these
and that they're
systems.
just
And
for
you will need to
resources.
upgrade your ship and skills if you want to jump to the most
Yeah,
distant
you probably
ones.
need to
But for
go
now,
there
we'll
just
plot
to
a course to the
grab
Alpha
stuff.
Centauri
That's about
system,
it.
where we can
You
find
could
the
go
city
there.
of New Atlantis.
Whether you should, who knows?
Yeah, but I'm still glad they're actually like showing all of this stuff. Because for a long time, people had no idea what this game was even supposed to be about.
Yeah.
So
Alpha Centauri. We imported that game into Starfield.
Scan complete. You are cleared for landing at New Atlantis.
It's conveniently habitable.
So
Capitalism has
apparently-
already taken over.
So apparently Atlas said 2 years ago that Project Refantasy, or Metaphor Refantasia, is progressing little by little. Here we are 2 years later, and
just these boundless,
yeah, it's
vast
coming.
buildings.
Yeah.
It's the
Yeah.
biggest city we've ever made, not just in size, but also in the amount of custom art, crowds, and quests.
Let's see.
I think it's pretty
So the
telling
main
considering
focus when we're designing a
you know,
city is
we have a
obviously
Persona
what
3
supports
remake
the
and we don't
story.
know anything about
We
a
try and
6
tell
yet.
as many small stories as possible.
Oh, that's normal. Remember when 5 got announced? It's just a chair with a red background.
Full of
Uh-huh.
real characters.
And how many
Students
years
are
later
slaves.
did we actually see progress on it?
yeah,
Like 3 or 4 years.
It's also
It was
where
announced
your
when the
adventure of
PS3 was around.
Constellation begins.
Yeah, like Persona 4 was a huge deal and was dominating a lot of Atlas's output around that time for quite a few years. It does feel like that now because now Persona 5 has been in for so long. But if you think back, like Persona 4 got a lot of extra content,
The artifacts are so
side games, and
so alien.
Yeah, and like
there were anime series.
Golden was like one of the most significant like remasters, I guess you would say.
Oh yeah,
like improvements, like fixing almost every single issue people had with it.
Oh my god.
Yep.
Look at how it's coming together.
Yeah, like transitioning from a half console, half portable generation to one that was mostly console was rough on Atlas. Because they could pump out tons of games on a DS and PSP and 3DS and Vita, but moving straight to consoles where 1080p min for their specs was rough on a studio, on their various studios like that.
Anything goes as long as you have the money.
So far, no post on the new Like a Dragon game on the Ryu Gagatoku Twitter.
What I hate about these pirates?
Let's see what Sega has to say. I want to see if they're pulling a Yakuza 7.
The journey you take with Constellation is
Where
just
that was
the
launched
first
exclusively
many you'll
on
embark on.
Xbox.
The Settled Systems is home to all kinds of different stories, people, and adventures for you to uncover.
Yep, they're only mentioning Xbox for Persona 5 and 3.
Yeah.
And same with Metaphor, or no. Do they have a Metaphor post yet?
The United Colonies is
Okay,
where
they
you'll
haven't
find
posted that
New
yet.
Atlantis, the first major
Well, I mean, I
human
think at this
settlement
point it
in
would probably
space.
be pretty safe to assume Persona 6 is in development, but they're keeping all of these other Persona side projects kind of going to keep, to keep the game, the series in the spotlight. You know what I mean? So,
What are the chances
tide
that
people
game's
over.
about
New Atlantis
wokeness?
isn't the only city within the United Colonies. The city of Sidonia
That's
on
very much a
Mars
thing
to
that
this
Persona
day
has
serves
struggled
as the
to
largest mining facility for
deal
the
with
United
treating gay people like people.
Mm.
Where you got
Beyond the United
Yosuke is very
Colonies
much
reach,
like, ew,
might
you like
find yourself in
boys.
a much more wild and independent coalition
Being
of
a
star
shitty
systems.
ass kid.
Mm.
Then
This
5
is
has its own
Freestar Collective
issues.
Space.
Mm. It's like you don't even have to be woke to do
The
that. Just have
capital
to
of the
not be
Freestar
an asshole.
Collective is Aquila City.
The Stone Root Inn is an Aquila City fixture.
So here's this from
Ranger relies on
2016.
Judgment and intuition to do what's best.
Persona
for the
6 is trending on Twitter.
Neon
Why?
started out as a fishing platform.
You're like,
Because
where is it at?
Now known throughout the Settled Systems as a pleasure city where almost
like-
anything goes.
You know,
If you've
Atlas,
got morality
they like
issues,
to
this definitely isn't
do all
the
the
job for
spin-offs
you.
they can. Especially when they now can do remakes of these games.
I just posted the JPEG of every game shown in the showcase. What I want to do now is add the years to them.
Yeah. Do it.
Outside the bounds of civilized space, there are still plenty of unclaimed systems to explore, but these areas are also home to the most hostile factions in the galaxy.
The great serpent hungers. All heathens shall be made dust in time.
A new face. This is the face
Oh,
of a
great.
brave
Religious
runner here
space
to
zealots.
challenge the Red
That's-
Mile.
That's what we need.
They think the galaxy is theirs. They are wrong. It belongs to the Crimson Fleet. It always has.
In Starfield, we're pushing our cities and settlements further than we ever have before.
And
It's
people are
all
like,
there,
oh, if they're announcing
waiting
this,
for
Persona
you.
6 is far
A
off. It's like,
slice
yeah,
of
no shit.
humanity's future.
There's no way in hell that Persona 6 gets announced
So,
until
ready
Persona
to
5
get out
Tactica is out at least.
Yeah.
Also, if they're not announcing it, they
Throughout the
are not
galaxy,
really
there
even
are so many
starting
things
development
to
on it
see
yet.
and stories to experience. But the most important story is the one that you tell. I'm the type of person who spends hours in character creation, and I think people are going to be really excited.
Unless
when they see
Sega is
all of the
getting
improvements
Atlas out of the
we've made.
habit of announcing stuff the moment they
One of the
greenlight
biggest
it.
overhauls was
Yeah.
done through our character generation system.
Like I
We
said, it's
scanned a wide
probably
range of
already being
faces
worked
from
on,
different
but
age groups and
it's being kept.
ethnicities. And by mixing and matching
Kept
all
on the
that
down
data,
low.
we were able to create highly detailed and diverse characters.
We use that exact system to create all of the characters and NPCs you're going to see in the game. So any character you see almost always is a character you could make yourself.
I wonder how many people on the Twitch stream of this is going like, woke.
Hey.
Oh
come
no,
on,
they're all going
come
woke
on.
now.
Okay, take it easy. You were out cold. No physical damage. Mentally, the jury's still out. You know who you are? New recruit for Argos Extractors? Ring any bells? Any of this look familiar?
You start your character creation journey as though you're cycling through employee records. You'll pick from a lineup of 40 presets,
The thing with
and that'll be your starting
games,
point.
you start them and then you spend like 2 hours making yourself before you actually do
Your
anything.
journey from there can
Alright,
be
here's the
as easy
triangle
or as quick
of
as you want it
body
to be.
shapes.
This new system has
It's
more
just
to
weird.
offer than ever before.
Oh no, don't mess
It's
with the
also
eyes and it'll
simplest
never
character
look right
generation
again.
system we ever had. We let the player get as close as possible to make whatever they want. With the various facial morphs you can blend together, the dermesthetic and makeup, blemishes, scars, piercings, teeth settings. It's a lot, but I think it's the most fun to use.
Character creation is more than just how you look. This is also where you start to decide who you want to be. That's where backgrounds come in.
People are going to be slamming this with all kinds of abominations, just like Street Fighter 6.
From
Oh, yeah.
chef to Dusty. You know, the crew still has a betting pool about which
Make his lips his
restaurant
eyes like
you
on
must
Demon Slayer.
cross to wind up here.
Do you even see your character in dialogue
Never
stuff?
know when yours is going to come in handy. You could be in the middle of a fancy restaurant talking to some guy, and suddenly you learn he needs a beast
can see him
hunter
in
to help
third
track
person
down a
mode,
monster.
at least, I
Fine.
guess.
I probably should stick to professionals anyway, given what happened the last time.
We're also giving you the option to customize your build.
I'm gonna
even
bet the
further by
customization
letting
stuff
you
is
pick up
really
to 3
shitty on
traits.
facial
Traits are
hair.
completely optional, and they come with their own advantages and
Okay.
disadvantages.
I want to be a chef in
You
the
can
game.
choose
There
to
we go.
meet your biggest fan.
By Vectera, by Vectera! Is it really, really you?
He'll join your crew and he'll give you gifts if you're willing to put up with his constant commentary.
I can't believe I get to stand near you, breathing the same air. I've got to have every molecule.
My favorite trait is kid stuff. You
Just
have to
shoot him in the head.
to support your parents.
Yeah, just shoot him on
They're really
sight.
sweet, and it's really fun to go visit them.
Honey, we got ourselves a visitor.
Oh my god!
I came across some hostile zealots in space, but because I had chosen a trait that made me the same religion as them, I was able to get by without any issues.
Okay.
There's another great one that gives you a damage buff when your health is low.
Yep, religion.
Mercenaries will randomly show up.
Great
and
thing
try
to have
kill
in
you.
your game.
No matter what
Bounty
you choose,
hunters, okay.
there'll be plenty of ways for you to tell your story. And if you want to remove a trait,
Cyber
there are ways
runners.
to do that too.
What a view! It's a feast for the eyes. Off we go to another adventure.
We'll let you discover that on your own.
Only if I can put a sign on my ship that says no proselytizing with a bow and arrow on it.
Once you've
Well,
built
they
a
haven't shown
perfect
ship
character,
customization yet,
that's
but
when your journey
probably.
can really begin.
Yeah, you can sort of
We took what we loved about
design
skills
your
and
own
perks from the
ship.
previous games and put them together to create an all-new
I don't know how
skill system.
extensive that is. If it's
Each time you level up, you get a
you
skill
can make
point,
dick
which
ships.
can be used to unlock or rank up skills. Ranks are unlocked by completing challenges associated with that skill. Challenges become increasingly
course,
difficult.
when this
For the
comes
record,
out,
I've never seen a game
higher
studio
ranks.
where they did all the art on a whiteboard.
With our 5 different skill trees and 4 ranks per skill, there's a lot to choose
Yeah, I
from.
was just about to say, like, when this game comes out, it's going to be
xenosociology
very
skill
interesting to
because it
see
lets you mind
the
control aliens.
compilations of glitches. It is a Bethesda game, so there will be jank.
Yeah.
Well, those skill trees don't look too complicated.
Yeah, they're not Diablo 4 skill trees.
Punch my way through combat.
Oh god, I don't even want to think about what they look like.
So if you want the, there's just a lot.
Yeah, they're not so much skill trees as skill bushes. Or
I'm very much a stealth player.
It's not as bad as Path of
I'm out
Exile.
there pickpocketing everyone.
Oh Jesus!
My favorite part about being stealthy
That is a tree.
is slowly
That is a
creeping
tree that's
through
been
vents
around
like
for
you're in
1,000
movie,
years.
and then jumping
Has
out
a
and
billion
spinning.
branches, and you're like, I don't know what this
Whenever
is.
possible, I like to talk my way through situations.
This area's off limits. Fine, I'll issue you an access card.
I'm more of a run and gun player. I like doing the death from above thing where I boost pack over guys and I throw
Yeah,
landmines
Persona
at 'em.
Central is saying Metaphor is Project Re Fantasy.
Figured.
I like blowing stuff up.
Yeah, big melding of different playstyles here.
But can I ride a worm in the sky?
Do I have to wear so much armor? Can I wear a shirt and shorts?
Exploration is a key aspect
Guess
of
that probably
all
depends
our
on the planet
games.
you're on.
In Starfield, there are full star systems with new life, resources, and adventures.
Like, yeah, why are we in this sci-fi future where the spacesuit isn't
to strike a
akin
balance
to like
between
a
fun and
poncho
realism.
that you're
We
wearing?
study data from NASA and a multitude of other sources to help us make the
I also
world
wonder, like, with all this stuff to do in here, what does how does the
way we
campaign
approach
end?
planetary atmospheres to the way we
Hmm,
placed
it
biomes
probably
based
doesn't,
on the planet's distance
if I
from
had
the
to
sun.
guess.
Once we had created a grounded world,
It'll probably
we
end
started
in
looking at all
a
the things
place
that make
that
world
lines up with
fun.
an expansion.
Yeah.
When you leave a planet and head into space, you'll be navigating asteroid fields, having chance meetings with interesting strangers, dogfighting in space, and exploring derelict ships.
So everything No Man's Sky has been doing,
Yeah.
except you can't launch into
all
space.
out there.
It's a loading screen transition.
Ultimately, it's about rewarding your curiosity.
So you don't get
whether
that
it's on the
fun
surface
of
a planet,
going full speed
the
into a
alleys of
planet's
city,
atmosphere and be like,
or the
what the
vastness of
fuck is
space,
this?
Yeah.
You never know what you'll find.
Am I going to crash? Probably.
Why is everything on fire?
It's like,
Yeah, that's your landing is doing that. You'd be like, oh, I landed on a hill, so my ship looks weird.
Exploration is possible.
And the
thanks to your ship.
wings clip into
Your
the ground.
ship is almost like having another character or home you can make all your own. I think you'll be blown away by the amount of stuff you can do.
No, I can understand after Fallout 4.
Customize and upgrade that ship, and hire a crew to keep it up and running.
Let me build a tube with fuel tanks all around it and cargo tanks.
Every spaceport has a ship technician where you can purchase, sell, and modify ships.
Yeah, no, this is
Anything I can
everything
help you
that
with?
is in Fallout 4,
Maybe
but
you start off with a speedy
bigger.
fighter that's perfect for bounty
yeah, I
hunting.
mean,
Then you might round out
rethemed.
your ship roster with a
Dick
hulking
ship.
space freighter to run cargo missions, or even do a little smuggling. For now, though, we're going to take our starting ship, the Frontier, and make some changes. You can customize and upgrade everything you see here, and you have two ways to do that. You can quickly upgrade individual
the question is, how
systems
much
like
time
your
does it take
weapons
to
or
unlock all of
shields,
this stuff?
or you can deep dive and enter the shipbuilder mode.
Do you have to craft every
Here you
piece?
can change anything, from the systems to the look and layout.
mm,
Adding a new
this looks
habitat
like something
module
more
can give
that's
you more room
available
for
at a
crew.
shop.
Adding cowling can change your ship's overall silhouette. An improved grav drive allows for longer distance space jumps.
So this is
You
like
can even
the baby
fully
version
customize your
of
paint job to
Kerbal
get the
Space
exact
Program.
look you want. The parts you
Yeah.
choose to
But
build
that
with
lets you
don't
make
just
the
affect your ship's
really
stats.
fucked up ships that are never
They'll
going to
also
launch.
affect what you can do inside your ship.
That's
can have
half the fun
modules
of
for
watching them
crafting,
explode.
Whoa,
or for
crash.
storing and displaying your weapons.
Like, well, that didn't work. Let me
Starfield's
see.
in-game ship manufacturers bring their own look and feel to
Yeah, the second
every
version
piece
of
your
that
ship.
game came out and
From living
nobody
quarters
noticed.
to cargo
It's in
holds,
early access,
mess
so
halls,
it's like the
and
first
control
game.
rooms.
Mm,
People wait for it to kind of congeal more.
mm.
It's supposed to be good, from what I've seen.
Our modified Frontier is a practical ship.
Okay,
But with a little
the
creativity,
Atlas West Twitter
your ship
account
can look like
officially
almost anything you
mentions
want.
Metaphor
It's a bit
Refantasio
odd, but one of my favorite ways of customizing
Xbox and
ships
PC
is
2024. So
I make them look like
Oh, so
animals.
Microsoft spent some money.
The
yeah, to at
HMS
least keep them from
Platypus,
being able
as
to
I
tweet
called
the
it,
words PlayStation and Switch.
where it had
Yeah,
a, like
for
a
a
giant
little bit.
tail to it.
Yeah. Well, based on what I
And
saw
we've
from
done
Refantasio, that's probably
spiders, we've
the
done mechs.
tall order to get that on the Switch.
So
Yeah.
it's
Also, there's
really
no space between
whatever
Re
your
and Fantasio,
imagination is.
so
Mm.
Yeah, that's
And while
something
you can build your home
that
among
changed
the
from its
stars the way
announcement.
you
What the
want to,
fuck?
You're probably not the only person who will call
Whoa.
your ship home.
yeah, that's
So that happened.
more Warhammer-like, where they just have like cathedrals that are spaceships,
The Frontier is
stuff
fueled
like that.
and ready, Captain.
Some of the members of Constellation can
Doesn't
join
seem
you
like a
on your
great
journey.
idea. I imagine
These
this game has
companions
some
can
sort of
serve on your
fuel
crew,
mechanic.
and they'll always
Yeah.
be there when you travel.
We'll be traveling together until we either find an artifact or this lead
I
runs
mean,
dry.
maybe that'll be fun. Just make as
Each
giant of a
companion
ship
comes
as
with
you
their
can
own
make
valuable skills
that
for
can
your
still
ships and
fit
outposts,
within whatever their
as well as unique
limitations
quest lines.
are.
Eventually, some friendships might blossom
I
into
can't imagine
romance.
there's no limitation on size.
Yeah, there probably is. Mm.
Except you.
And if you're looking for a little extra help on your
So I would
ship,
love to see
you
a
can
ship
always hire additional crew at space.
Automatically land and just clip through everything around it.
You'll also meet potential crew members.
Flip
out
through
in
the
world.
entire planet.
Still think there might be a spot for
Yeah.
me on your ship? I gotta get off this rock.
Assign crew to your ship or outposts, and their unique
Like what
skills will affect how they run.
Street Fighter 6 lets you do.
And just like companions, most crew members can lend a hand in the field.
I haven't
Take
encountered
Bosco,
that
for
yet.
instance.
Well, can't you make like weird body shapes that just clip through itself and all that?
Please.
Oh, you can. I was talking about clipping through environmental
I still
stuff.
want to give it almost a humanoid personality, so I elongated the limbs.
No,
This
I
takes
did
him
not
to
make
feel
an
more
abomination of a
human-like
character.
and give him a little personality.
It is a shame. Exploration requires so much bloodshed.
Using the shipbuilding tools and crew selection features in Starfield, you'll be able to build and captain the ship of your dreams.
Question, how much storage can that robot hold?
Many
And now,
terabytes, I
let's
would
take
imagine.
to the sky.
Like, can I dump all the garbage on it? Also, over encumbrance. Why have you not talked about this yet? They're gonna wait till the very end and be like, yes, there's over encumbrance, bye!
Yes, don't pick up everything.
We're putting you in the cockpit of your very own spaceship and telling you that you can do pretty much anything. And that is really cool for us as developers. Spaceflight should be exciting and dangerous, and you should feel like you're in complete control every step of the way.
Okay,
We've
they do
extended
have
that
fast
sense of
travel.
control to ship combat.
Yeah.
It's not about just hitting your triggers to fire your weapons.
Spacer Raccoon.
It's a complex dance between your
I
piloting
just said, what if we
skills and
add
our
nouns
power
to
allocation
Spacer
system.
and that's how we name
Boosting
everything?
power to your engines will make your ship faster.
Okay.
Powering up the ground tries will shorten the amount of time it takes before you
So
can make a
FTL.
jump. And moving your power to your weapons and shields.
Got a little bit of
means
colony
you're
wars
ready
in
for
it.
a
I
fight.
like this.
You should always be on your toes because you're not alone out there. Unlocking the targeting
That
control
guy's
system
fucked.
skill will allow you to zero in on specific subsystems of the ship you target.
Again, No Man's Sky, though not this stuff.
Yeah.
No Man's Sky, you just shoot him.
After destroying an enemy ship, you can loot the remains from your cockpit. You can always turn any ship that engages you into scrap.
I would hope so.
But you can also take a more personal approach by docking with the enemy vessel and boarding their ship.
Oh, now they really get to cry.
You take their ship, I guess?
Once you've taken control of an enemy ship, it's yours. Add it to your fleet and retrieve it at any spaceport.
Oh, you don't
But
have like
space
a
is way more than fighting for your life.
big like capital ship you can store it on like in
Just
No
like
Man's
when
Sky?
you're planet side, there are plenty of sights to see and stops to make on the way to your next adventure. Like these massive star yards.
Star yards.
Walk the halls, talk to the crew, maybe get talked into buying a whole new ship.
A civilian in my star yard.
What if I shoot
Let's
out
see
the
about
glass?
building you a proper ship, one worthy of you.
Maybe you'll dock with a gigantic battleship, like the UC Vigilance.
Would a tattoo a beard?
Or rub elbows with the galaxy's wealthy elite on a cruise ship.
I mean, you
fit
can
for the
tattoo
stars.
anything if you want.
There are plenty of personal encounters to be had as well. You can hail any ship you come across to trade, swap info, or maybe even commit
Narcissus.
an act of piracy.
Let's do this.
When I'm playing, I generally go crazy. I definitely go like the more piracy routes. I want to take over ships. I'm gonna board ships. I'm like, this is now mine. I steal all the sandwiches and put them, you know, in my cargo hold that I have specifically for sandwiches. I don't want to play the hero, but I want to go out and just start taking
Okay.
things from people as quickly as possible.
I'm the sandwich pirate.
Some strangers
That's-
might be looking for a little
that's
human
one way to
connection
play, I
in the
guess.
darkness of space.
It's like a Home Alone thing.
Hello, strangers. I just finished cooking up some food.
Just call us the Sticky Bandits.
Come on over, just pop on by.
Some of the best moments are the ones you discover on your own.
Well, I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna make
sandwiches.
Marv and
It's really about
Starfield.
going to strange new places, meeting interesting people, and getting sidetracked on zany adventures. Then realizing 2 hours
Okay,
later
Space
that you're
Egypt.
involved in a completely new story.
You're human. We thought we were the only ones to leave Earth.
That DNA is so present here. It's in our random encounters, it's in our handcrafted quests, and it feels so cool to play it and just make your own path in this universe. There are over 1,000 planets out there, just waiting for you to visit. We want you to feel like explorers. Breaking ground
There's
on
one
new
that's kind of
planets,
fucked up.
Exploring every inch of a mostly untouched galaxy.
Yeah, No Man's Sky built a base on a moon-like planet, then realized it had almost nothing on it.
A little fear.
I was like, well, this is good.
We're giving you a massive
we'll be
playground
leaving
and a
this
ton
one.
of toys, and just setting you
Sorry, I needed to do on my first, like, house quest. It at least didn't have, like, any space Nazis in there.
One of my friends just made an interesting point. What if there are NPCs that can steal your ships and then you get stranded if you don't remember to lock it?
You know, we put so much detail into our game world,
That'd be an interesting
and we
thought.
love the
Hope you
opportunity
saved.
to bring that into the real
I think you
world
typically
with our
have crew
collector's
on your
editions.
ships,
And for
unless you
this
make it, like,
game,
one person,
we've done
but
a watch. It
I
is
assume
the
that won't be a thing.
Constellation Explorer's
Even
Watch.
then, you probably spend
This
like a
is the
year
watch
crafting
that you
resources to
actually
make a new
get in
ship.
the game that acts as part of your HUD, where it's the compass and then environmental information. It
So they
connects to
doing
your
the-
phone,
Or they
give
can
you
make,
notifications,
the Pip-Boy shit they did in
information, and
Fallout
we've also
4.
designed this really cool case that it comes with, Eastfun.
Yeah, we really took as much care in designing this
Wait,
case
what?
as we did to watch. Our attention to detail and the game
Yeah, they're making a
totally
watch
translates to this.
that ties into the
Inspired
game, sort of the
by
way they did
cases that
the
astronauts used
phone
during the Apollo
Pip-Boy
era,
stuff
bring
in
back
Fallout
samples
4.
From the moon.
Mm.
It's got an intricate locking mechanism, authentic, heavy, comes with a constellation.
I never
patch,
played Fallout 4,
NATO
so that's
strap,
all
and the overall
foreign to me.
I never did either, but I remember that collector's
would
edition.
exist in the world.
I remember
in the
that too,
Starfield
yeah.
universe.
Yeah,
Oh, and
those
hey,
are gonna
yeah.
be expensive.
You'll find
I have it in my
useful out
closet.
there, and it even tells the time.
We actually have something else.
It's a watch.
Now that we're part
Like,
of Xbox,
come on.
we get to work with the amazing people on the
It even
Xbox
tells the
hardware
time.
team, and
All right.
together we have created this custom limited
Yep.
edition Starfield controller.
This leaked
it's
early.
Awesome. It is now
Yeah, that
our
was,
favorite controller.
We love this because it's inspired by the actual controls of your spaceship. And not only that,
It's only good for
I
one
like the
game.
triggers,
custom
but I hate
headset
everything else on
box.
Yeah, me too.
Are they clear?
I
Is that what
don't-
that is?
I don't hate it as much as I tend to hate any special edition controller.
That controller is
The headphones are great.
$80.
The controller, no.
Yeah, that controller is $80.
Fuck that noise.
That's the only problem with all these specialty controllers is they're more
Of course,
expensive.
I am a tool and have a physical human one. So.
Yeah, here's where the volume button is on this headset.
Yeah, see, the headset looks great. I like this. It's just the triggers.
So you're saying you want to buy the triggers?
In every one of our games, we
Put 'em on your
always put
controller.
so much care
It was
into
possible to
all those little
customize that with
details
one of
that
those,
breathe life into our world.
Pro controllers, I don't know.
But
No, I
Starfield
think the
isn't just
design
a
lab's gonna
Bethesda
actually
Game Studios
probably add
world.
those.
It's a Bethesda Game Studios galaxy.
That's a
So
good
why
point.
go this big with Starfield?
I keep forgetting about Design
Because
Labs.
we want to give you
Yeah.
freedom on a galactic
I also have
level.
3 Xbox Series controllers,
The
and I don't know
freedom
why
to
I do.
experience both the exciting
I know
planets
exactly why I do.
and the quiet ones.
One for my Series X, one for my
Scanning a planet
PC, and
before you
one for
land is
my
a great
One
way
X.
to get a sneak peek at the available resources
I still use
you
a
can use for
361 on my
crafting,
PC.
building, and customizing.
I think
That
what's
D-pad.
cool
It's not
about
drifting
this whole
out or
system is
anything?
We generate the
Not
planet
yet,
itself
anyway.
as a procedural
Wow.
content, but the handcrafted content
The
itself
click sticks still
comes
work
as the
real good
player
and everything?
explore.
Wow.
Our system builds a planet as the player approaches it.
You know what sucks about this game? You can't name planets like
After
Dick
that,
Butt.
we have the system that adds
Yeah,
interesting
it's Bethesda
locations
games.
for the player to
They got like
explore.
normal
Features
names.
and
Mhm.
color.
Welcome to Planet Ass.
I'm gonna treat that like a feature, not a bug.
It allows us to add that touch of environmental storytelling that Bethesda.
Oh yeah, environmental storytelling. Here's a skeleton.
Aggressive creatures have been disrupting our experiments. Their habitat isn't far from here.
People used to be
If
here.
you could take care of them for us, we would be in your debt.
So even if your friends were to visit the same planet that you had, you would have a different story to tell.
This guy getting into this abandoned robotics lab without needing an Atlas pass.
It's not that abandoned.
I mean, it is if all that's in there are pirates, not people that work there.
If you played in third person, would we actually see you open the door?
I think so.
It's completely up to you.
And you can
how
tell they're
want to
already
interact
fitting
with
this
each
IP
planet,
for some kind of
whether you want to
multiplayer
explore
spin-off.
and see what you can find, harvest resources and be on your way.
Like, I
simply
love
taking
Bethesda's
the
emphasis on single-player games
With the
because
help
we
of your
need
scanner,
that,
you'll
but
chart the uncharted and discover exotic wildlife.
this concept,
If you
I think there's just too much potential.
figure out that
Yeah.
certain creatures and
you can't
plants,
have over 1,000
you can build
guns
an
and like
outpost
not use them for
and
anything special.
produce resources
Yeah.
from those plants and animals.
It's like, you
You
know,
can get
the idea that this could be extended to an
and
MMO
rewards
is not
for
a
fully
not a
surveying
far-fetched one.
planets and fully surveying a whole system. When we were concepting these creatures, we really wanted to think of them as natural to the environment. We didn't want alien monsters. We wanted native wildlife. Something you've never seen before.
Didn't
When it
want
comes to
alien
our
monsters,
exteriors,
but native
when the sun
wildlife.
moves, all that light is calculated in real time through the atmosphere. Our biggest goal
you're
for
the
lighting
alien
with Starfield
when you're
was
on these
to make
planets.
the game feel more filmy,
Yeah.
to use lighting and color to really make it feel more cinematic.
Unless you're on PC and need the frame rates, then you turn off the shadows.
You know, for a single-player game, you probably wouldn't mind that too much. And turn on the ray tracing, and your frame rate will tank.
After some exploring, you can find
Yeah,
a
I think I'm
spot
just
to
going to
set up
stick
a
with my
base camp.
Series X for this one.
Outposts can be built almost anywhere on any planet. And the habitat
there's your
modules come in all shapes and
Fallout 4.
sizes, filling all different purposes. You can even live in them. Assign crew and companions to work at your outposts for added bonuses, and set up extractors to harvest resources while you're away.
And creatures will attack every so
Something
often.
cool we have this time is we have a new fly cam, where you can toggle between on-foot building, or you can now use a top-down isometric camera, which helps plan out larger parts of the outpost and placing those larger habs. So that way you can really
Also very No
plan
Man's
your
Sky.
structures and what the overall feel of your outpost is.
Have all
And
these
then when
things
you're on your feet, you can really
connect to each other.
decorate and fine-tune things much easier.
I just want to play No Man's Sky now.
That's out.
Yeah.
And it has multiplayer.
Can I scan an amiibo and have my base pre-built?
Add crafting and research stations in your outpost to utilize any resources you find or already have.
Mod your weapons to adapt them to your playstyle. Different weapon sights and scopes. Larger magazines.
Yep, there's your
a
Fallout
selection
4.
of grips and barrels. Different ammunition like explosive rounds.
Yep, adhesives. And tell the game to tell me when that
All you stealth
thing I'm
players
about
out
to
there
pick
will
up has
surely need a
adhesive
suppressor.
in it. Okay, you can
You can
sell.
also choose to go hands-on with melee weapons.
I think it's always a delicate balance between like what's realistic, what's sim, and what's Hollywood. And I think we sort of err on the side of like
So you
what's fun
stab.
for the player.
With Starfield, we've completely overhauled our combat. It's more dynamic, the animations are more fluid. It just feels great.
We asked id how to make a first-person shooter.
I want to say any other
But they
game
were
we've
too
done
busy.
before. There's a lot of variety.
Yeah, the shooting looks a lot more fun than I've
Upgraded
seen from
gear
other
is just
Bethesda
one of
games.
the many factors to pay attention to when engaging in combat. You may need to switch things up based on your environment. Gravity is different for each planet, and boost packs are excellent for getting around. And for giving you
I
an
don't
edge
know.
in combat.
I need a game to work where I do a melee and immediately hit boost and I go
even feel
flying
like you're
into the
flying.
distance. That's some boost button.
Rocket jumps for the win, boys.
Hey guys,
This
I'll be
could have
right
been
back.
Mandalorian.
Zero-gravity environments pose a different challenge. Firing a ballistic weapon in zero-G will actually push
Look
you
at that.
backwards.
Cyberpunk 2077 expansion is $30.
Energy weapons, on the other hand, offer a more stable
not bad.
shooting experience.
We also have mag weapons.
As long as it
These
works.
are high-powered electromagnetic induction ballistic arrays.
Hmm.
Each barrel
I
has its
hope
own
they probably
targeting
would have learned
laser
their lesson
and
after
can dish
that.
out some serious
After
damage.
the launch.
I mean, they've sold like 30 million copies of that game, so
Yeah.
not really.
Whether you want to get up close and personal with your own two fists,
I have a copy and I don't know
or
how I
you like
got it.
more compact weapons like pistols and submachine
Yeah.
guns, or maybe you prefer something bigger.
I have to be punished for just punching
Starfield's
people.
got you covered.
But
Yeah, we have a
if I
mini
can
nuke.
push that alien out, no big deal.
Punch aliens.
Can
I
I
only
collect the $1 and kick someone in the face and have it explode? Oh.
I only punch aliens in the butt. That's just my...
It's easier that way. Yeah,
That's what I did in Horizon Zero Dawn. I stabbed him in the butt. So I stealthed all of them. Oh, that's repeat. We saw that already.
So that reminds me. Still, I've still gotten no word in AEW, man.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's a couple of weeks away, so. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, guess what's on sale now?
Mm.
Cyberpunk 2077.
Well, imagine that.
Dang it.
Get it for $30 and then
Get
buy the
$30.
$30 expansion.
Yeah.
Yeah, The Witcher 3 has sold 50 million copies.
Hmm.
Like, that's because it's on sale for like $8 whenever it's on sale now.
Yeah.
Which is the
Thanks
opposite
again for
of
being with
Nintendo's
us
approach.
today. We are just so grateful
Which is you will
that
buy
you've
it
taken the
for
time
$60
and spent it here.
or
I know there was probably a lot to
$40.
take in.
That's
There's
it.
a lot to the
$70.
game, even more than we could show here. You know, as we play it, we're
Oh,
always
look at that.
sharing these
And
unique
on
and
time for lunch.
special
That's
moments
great.
that only a game like this can bring. When I think about what makes it special, it really is the people here. This game is a
City
reflection of the
Skylines
incredible
2.
and passionate team that made it. All
Okay,
of
that's
them
coming to PS5.
putting something
so there's
special of
that.
themselves into it. So let's hear some of their favorite moments.
Okay, that game's $50.
That our
Hmm.
final
But you get an
combination of all
Ultimate
the
Edition
tech
at launch
that's
for
come together to
$90.
create some of the most beautiful sunsets
gets you the
and
expansion
sunrises
pass.
we've ever had in any of our games.
I love the creatures.
Including an instantly
the
unlocked
exploration,
San
every
Francisco
biome is
set at
different.
launch.
The word that comes to mind is vast.
Content creator packs, 3 radio
I like to use our
stations.
photo mode
What
to
is a
take
radio
rock star
station?
photos.
An
I
expansion
just love
unlocking
that
over
constant
time.
feel of discovery, and wow, I can't believe that there's more here.
I'm
Or
most
radio
excited
stations in this
about
game?
our
Just
outpost
music
building
that you can have
systems.
playing?
My favorite
Yeah,
part
well,
is
they're
every
actual
time you step
stations,
out on
like,
the planet, it's a
you
unique
know,
experience.
DJs and stuff. Their various
You
themes.
spent all this time building your ship, and you
Pretty
see
cool.
it
I don't know why
on
you'd
the
have to
landing
pay
pad.
extra
These
for
things are
that.
gigantic. It's the
Yeah,
kind of
probably
thing
because
that
they
you
had
can't
to
get
license
anywhere
all that
else.
stuff.
There's something about seeing a tower
I
over in the
guess. I
distance
don't know.
and going, I know the gravity's low here.
I would just as
I think I
soon
can make
mute all
that
the
jump."
music because you're gonna hear it
My
for
favorite part is
Oh,
hours
the
at a
cowboy
time.
was just wearing a tank
Design,
top.
planets,
The day-night
There you go.
cycle.
Those details
Alright.
matter to me.
Diplomacy, exploration, freedom, the ending.
Basco, obviously.
I love the robot so much.
The incredible amount of worlds we created.
Sniper rifles, come on.
Lever action, rocket launcher.
Brain sprout. I love, but some people might find creepy. I don't know. I know it's right, Ben. The thing that I enjoy most about the game is the freedom to be who you want to be, do what you want to do. It's what you've come to expect from a Bethesda title, but on a much bigger scale.
Well, you don't have to beat the game at all. You just play it.
play it, yeah, forever.
On behalf of all
That
of
is
us,
Bethesda.
we can't wait for you to play Starfield and make your own special moments.
Let's go. Good luck, Constellation. You are go for
This game is gonna make bank.
Cool.
Old Bar Skin Pack.
So, my emptiest month on my calendar is August, and the only game on there is Sea of Stars, which is August 29th.
Same.
So it's like, so that month is going to be used for catching up on
recovery.
whatever I gotta catch up on.
You're not doing WrestleQuest?
Is that August?
Yeah, August 8th.
Yeah.
Oh, god damn it. Okay.
I have to get that.
I mean, like, I don't expect the game to be 40 hours. It's probably gonna be like a 20-hour RPG.
No. There's a demo for it on Steam right now.
I did see that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Goodbye Volcano High is August.
I mean, Goodbye Volcano High could probably be in like a day or two.
War Hospital.
That
That
seems like
is-
a game.
Manage a
Probably.
British World War I field hospital. And a
No, no thanks.
I imagine Boston Kaitos is going to land in August as well.
Yeah, I don't even need to replay that one. I figure like I'll have so much fatigue in that 2-week frame between FF16 and Reverie. So
Yeah, I'm solving that problem by not buying Final Fantasy 16.
got it.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm kind of passing on that one too. Not kind of, I am passing on that one.
Look at all this money we spent.
For 2024.
Yeah, recapping all of the stuff that we just saw.
Rise of P demo finished downloading.
And it looks like they're ending it there.
Yep.
Okay.
So
Close
yes,
that window.
some neat stuff, but yeah, the Microsoft.
But we can't play any of it yet.
Yeah.
No.
Microsoft
Most
picture
of-
is basically like, I hope you like Forza or Starfield.
I hope you like 2024 Forza.
Yeah, 24. Because most of this stuff you're only playing in 2024. To be fair, they didn't really show a lot of third-party stuff. So obviously there's going to be stuff there. But
Yeah.
yeah, as far as first party, their lineup this year it's basically Starfield and Forza. Yeah.
That and like Hi-Fi Rush for games anybody would want to play.
Just came out months ago.
Yeah. Yeah, kind of a weak showing, if I'm honest.
Yeah.
As far as exclusive stuff goes, yeah.
Yeah. But for me,
I mean, Metaphor has made the not E3 for me all by itself.
yeah, that's kind of the saving grace of that show. Is like, oh, this exists, and
For me, like while they broke pretty much all of the summer gaming arbitrary rules, I was probably like the most intrigued by this one over the last few years because I feel like a lot of this stuff talked to me specifically. But yeah, it goes to the fact that we can't play any of this stuff anytime soon.
I feel a lot more directly addressed by this Microsoft press conference, perhaps, than any other they've ever held.
Absolutely. Like Sega, for me, just made this presentation.
Yeah.
Problem is, none of it's Xbox exclusive, so
yeah,
I'm going to be playing all this stuff on Switch or PS5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's like, What I find interesting though is that the first party stuff that they did show, uh, you didn't get a real sense of what it actually is.
Yeah.
You know, maybe a lot of it is still early in development, or they're not really saying
Yeah,
too much.
do you have an example? I mean, like a lot of these are. I mean, when you watch the trailer, you
Clockwork
kind of get
Revolution.
it.
Well,
You know what? Sorry. You know what's really conspicuous in its absence?
Mhm.
Perfect Dark.
Yeah, that's.
I think time's running out on that one. They've got to show soon, like before next E3 soon.
Yeah, though I think that was one of those that potentially got rebooted. They brought in some other developer to help them out, along with like.
Wait, wasn't this supposed to be by like their all-star lineup of developers? That's
Yeah, I
not
mean-
a good look if they had to bring other people in.
Yeah, they brought in Crystal.
Yeah.
So.
Oh man.
Who
That
then
is a
got sold
fat
to a
L.
different publisher
Mm.
in the process of making that game.
Yeah, so I have no idea what's happening with that one. The fact that they didn't show anything, yeah, you're right. It's like, what is going on? Are they rebooting it? Is this game canceled?
It's on the back burner, like a couple other things.
Mm.
That's
But like
their.
this was supposed to be like their front and center, what Bungie used to be to Microsoft.
Yeah.
This studio was supposed to be to them now, and if this whole project got scuttled off to another studio and now it's in development hell, that's bad. Like that's worse than the Redfall Black Eye bad. That's ugh.
Also,
we
didn't
haven't
see
heard anything out of the initiative in a while.
Yeah.
The last time Perfect Dark was
The
announced
initiative,
was
that's the
Game Awards 2020.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah. We also didn't
That
see
sucks.
anything for Halo, which is a little bit surprising.
Oh,
And,
Halo Infinite.
For what? Sorry.
Halo.
Infinite is
Oh, Halo.
still new enough. I think that they can go another year or two without announcing.
Yeah, but I thought they might have
That's-
talked a little bit about updates or something coming out.
That's true.
Coming out for Infinite, you know. And,
Yeah, because that audience already like took all the content
Yeah.
in the first 2 weeks even, and they haven't done anything since then.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. And
which is a
Gears
shame
too.
because
It's interesting
it
that
just
we didn't
plays
see
so
anything
well.
about that.
Yeah, Gears of War, nothing. Project Gotham, nothing. Killer Instinct, nothing.
Yeah.
And that one was rumored. Like there was talk that Killer Instinct was going to make a showing this year. That didn't
Yeah.
happen. That's why I was kind of surprised when Phil Spencer came out at the 1 hour mark and said, "Yep, that's it. Go home."
Yeah, it's like,
Okay.
we're done. All right. So
I expected so much more.
Yeah.
Like even
Yeah.
if they were 12-month violations, I was hoping they would call all their IPs on deck and get stuff going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's what I mentioned earlier. Like they've made so many acquisitions, but we still don't know what all of them are working on yet. So
Yeah. Here's the latest paragraph on the developments on their Wikipedia page for Perfect Dark.
Okay.
In September 2021, the initiative announced they would be partnering with Crystal Dynamics on the game's development. Daniel Newberger, who had previously directed several Tomb Raider games at Crystal Dynamics, was the game director until he left the initiative in February 2022. In the previous 12 months, a substantial number of developers had also left the company, citing a lack of creative autonomy and slow development progress as the reason for their departures. In May 2022, after Embracer Group announced they had entered an agreement with Square Enix to acquire Crystal Dynamics, the initiative confirmed that they were still continuing to co-develop the game with the studio. In November 2022, Xbox Studios boss Matt Booty revealed that after the departure of several senior staff members at the initiative, the Perfect Dark team has been slowly rebuilding while dealing with the challenges of the COVID-19 pandemic and starting up a new studio.
What a fucking circus.
Complete just clusterfuck. Yeah.
There's a lot of
with
people
all of this
leaving.
going on, do you think there's any chance this game even sees the light of day?
Eventually, yeah. It's probably going to be like one of those insane cameo development cycles. But I do think we end up seeing it.
Yeah.
I think we're already past cameo, aren't we?
Hmm,
I don't know.
close.
So they got started on the N64.
Yeah.
So whether to
Started
port
on
to
the
the
N64,
GameCube,
became a 360 launch game.
Yeah. So
We're close.
Making it complicated is the involvement of Crystal Dynamics or some of their alumni there, because obviously they got acquired by
Embracer.
the Embracer Group, and I don't know if they actually have much of a connection with Microsoft there, but yeah, if we don't even know where these people work, it's tough to say that there's going to be much progress on this game. And what
Yeah.
they showed in 2020 wasn't anything. So
No, it was just
You
a
think-
little.
You think maybe it just gets Metroid Prime 4 back to Rare?
Maybe.
I don't know.
it's a
Rare has
possibility.
their own.
Rare is all in on Sea of Thieves right now.
Well, they also have Everwild, which is also in its state of hell.
That too. Yeah, I was actually going to ask about Everwild. Like, where was that at?
Yeah, I mean, Everwild is one of those things I'm almost certain Microsoft is probably going to can. From what I've heard, it's like the development on that is going very slow, and nobody actually understands what this game is, including the people developing it. So that's not usually a good sign for the longevity of a game when you don't know what it is.
Especially when you announce it and the director leaves like 6 months later.
Yeah. So if you could maybe just scuttle that one and put the team that was doing that onto a project that they probably would have an idea of what they were doing, might be a better fit.
The more we scrutinize this, the worse it gets.
Well, Microsoft has been having issues lately. Let's just put it that way.
No question.
Yeah. They're trying to be hands off in a way that sometimes lets these games go into bad places where they needed somebody to either steer them away from that or, check them on it.
Yeah.
To see if it's really where it should be going or if they should be rethinking things.
Yep.
It's a double-edged sword because obviously you want to see these studios, really flex their creativity, but at the same time they are under Microsoft payroll. We have seen layoffs throughout the entire gaming industry along with acquisitions. But the other thing is, and Microsoft has announced them, but there hasn't been as many as we've seen elsewhere. And that's where I have a little bit of pause because, eventually you got to see something that comes out profitable because, your jobs are going to be on the line.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
So yeah, the showcase was pretty good for third-party stuff. First-party stuff is like, unless you're into some of their live service games like Fallout 76 or Sea of Thieves or Elder Scrolls Online, there's not much else going on unless you're really into Forza or potentially whatever Starfield is.
I'm really into Forza, and I still didn't get a whole lot out. They had a fantastic first hour, but they completely forgot to do the second hour in a year that they absolutely needed a second hour.
Yeah, it would have been nice to see what the framework is for that because, it looks nice. It looks like it plays pretty well, but it's like what you're doing as progression is sort of the thing that people want to know more than anything else, I think.
Yeah, it's kind of like they showed all of the elements, but they didn't really show how they all tie together.
Yeah. Because it's like they did Forza 3 and 4, which were kind of the same game, but had a neat campaign, but then they, changed that up for 5 and 6, and then people got tired of that, and then 7 was like, what if you just do whatever? Who cares?
And loot
and it was great.
Yeah. Here's cards that give you challenges because we didn't figure out any other way to do that. So now 8's
playing 7 post loot box update where they removed all of that stuff is very interesting.
It would probably be the best Forza to date if the track selection was better.
Yeah. But
like that's the only thing I would really change about Forza 7 in its final form. I would just suck up a bunch of courses from 3 and 4.
Yeah. Well, the nice thing though is
Kaido, please.
Yeah, the nice thing though is they have all of that assets from Forza 7 that they could basically just reuse and update a little bit, and So I'd imagine that they probably would have spent a good deal of time in the development of whatever the new Forza is going to end up being to add more tracks and stuff like that. So, you know, I'd like, let's just put it this way. I would be very disappointed if Forza comes out and it has less tracks than 7.
Yeah, they absolutely cannot have another Forza 5 situation.
Yeah.
Like, that would be not just a worst case scenario for Turn 10, but imagine the black eye on Microsoft after all of this.
Yeah, it's like
Forza comes out and it's tantamount to a wet fart.
Yeah, it's like 2-3 delays that they've had on it so far. So, you know, now they actually have a concrete date. So, yeah, we'd better get a good game out of it at the end of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's the thing I keep thinking about from all this is like, even though this show was tepid and definitely didn't disclose on all of the IPs that they could have activated, even despite all of that, at Microsoft, Xbox, they're going to be fine. But I do think we're kind of getting around to the point where Phil Spencer needs to be a little bit worried about his job.
Yeah.
And I'm not typically a fan of, you know, announcing games that are 2, 3, 4 years out, but this was a year where they absolutely needed to sit down and throw out a timeline or at least some kind of roadmap for that basically calls their entire IP catalog off the bench, because right now Xbox players, like, man, if you only bought an Xbox, I feel bad for you.
Yeah, it's
And
like,
yeah,
this was where they needed to say, okay, this is what we're doing. You know, maybe even go as far as say, okay, 5-year plan, and charted out that this stuff is coming. They did a good job of getting third parties on board to support Game Pass in the interim, but when it comes down to exclusive games, you know, the real reasons I buy consoles, I don't feel any better about being an Xbox Series X owner than I did coming in.
Yeah. I don't feel any worse.
I mean, like,
but-
you can
Yeah.
you can get away with this generation as an Xbox fan with just an Xbox One, and we're
Yeah.
like 4 years in, so that's
Yeah.
not good at all. Last week I bought my
I did a
first
YouTube
Xbox
video
game,
about that.
like since launch, and it's Street Fighter 6 because I can play it with anybody. But you
Yeah.
know, other than that, it's just it's rough.
You'll have to add us on CFN.
Yeah, so we can
Oh
play.
yeah, absolutely. And yeah, Game Pass is obviously like still the best deal in gaming, but it's not even Microsoft that's really like holding it down for them. It's third parties and the indies.
Yeah.
So
Game Pass and like PlayStation Plus are weird services because there's a lot of stuff on it, but you know, much like most people don't buy, you know, 30 games in a year, like it's a thing where people don't see the value in having a consistent subscription to it. It's very much like, oh, here's the thing that's coming, I'll pay for a month kind of thing. That's like, it's not up to what you do with like a Netflix or a Max or something like that, where it's just like, I'll just keep paying for it, I guess, because I'll check it every week and see what I want to watch kind of thing. Like the subscription services aren't right up to that, especially because people only have so much time, and it's easier to just binge stream a show or a movie or something versus jumping into a new game that you're not sure exactly what it's going to be.
Yeah.
I would say that Microsoft 2023 is Sony 1997, but that would imply that they were being successful.
Yeah. So I'm like looking at the Microsoft studios that they have right now, and it's like the ones we didn't see anything from. Obviously, there's Initiative, which is working on Perfect Dark. There's the Coalition, no Gears of War game, which I checked. Gears 5 was 2019.
Yep.
So it's been a while on that. It's 343, which is still in Halo Infinite hell.
Yeah.
There's
We're stuck with an engine that only a few people know how to use.
Yeah, they're switching over to Unreal Engine 5.
Yeah, they kind of have to.
For whatever's next. I think they're still staying on that Slipspace engine for Infinite.
Yeah.
Let's see. Turn 10 had Forza here. World's Edge is the Age of Empires people. They have a new one of those coming out, but they didn't show it here.
Yep.
Because they wouldn't really show that here. But Rare, which is Sea of Thieves, they showed here, but not Everwild, because that's in a hell space its own. There's Mojang, which is Minecraft, which
They don't really need to show at this point. It's so popular, it just kind of sells itself.
Yeah, though I think people were suggesting they were going to do next-gen native versions of it, which did not happen. Did not happen for the Xbox One X. They're like, we're going to do 4K because people would like this game to look nice, like the mods you see for PC. Though now they got a problem with the PC mods because people have been injecting not viruses like rootkits or whatever into some
malware.
of them. Yeah, malware. Where it's like, oh, that's fucked. I'm glad I don't do that. Let's see. There's Compulsion Games, which we saw their new thing, which is South of Midnight, I think it was. Which is next year. In Exile, which we saw their new thing, which was that was Avowed, or was that I forget which? I'm losing track of which one's which.
In Exile, I think was Clockwork.
Clockwork, that's right.
Revolution.
So yeah, that's cool. Ninja Theory, which we saw Hellblade 2. So that's a thing again next year.
Date for that.
Yeah, Obsidian, which is working on Avowed, which is Skyrim 2.
Basically.
It's Playground Games, which is Fable, which we didn't see anything of. We just saw a trailer, CG.
Yeah.
So people are saying it's a gameplay trailer, which maybe that's what they're labeling it, which is not. That's maybe in engine, but that's not gameplay.
No.
Let's see. Playground. Yep, we did Playground. Undead Labs. No State of Decay 3 here, so that's another game that missed.
Yeah.
There's Double Fine, which they released Psychonauts 2 a few years ago, but they've been MIA. They're just like, we got this documentary.
Yeah.
It's 37 parts because we're stupid.
Yeah. That's Microsoft's biggest problem right now. They have a lot of studios that we have no idea what they're doing.
Yeah, like Double Fine feels like they should be kind of doing what they did at one point. You remember when they released a bunch of small games?
Yeah.
They were really cool and different, and like that'd be nice if they could do that. And they don't seem to be doing that just yet.
Even if the games are years out, they could inspire a lot of confidence with full disclosure, and it's kind of bizarre to me that they didn't do that.
Yeah. And you got Bethesda, which is doing their Elder Scrolls Online, Fallout 76, and Starfield. But we don't know what it is doing. Arcane just released Redfall.
Yeah.
Machine Games has the Indiana Jones game, which we didn't see. Let's see. Roundhouse Studios, which was the former Human Head Studios that did Prey, the original Prey, and we're working on Prey 2.
This would have been the ideal time for an update on Indiana Jones, too.
Yeah. Tango Gameworks, which just did Ghostwire, which they're not doing new content for that at the moment.
No, that's kind of wrapping.
Yeah.
So
that's kind of their state where there's like 5 or 6 devs that didn't show anything. That's probably because whatever they're working on is not coming anytime soon to even say like 2024.
Yeah.
So maybe sometime next year they'll show what they're working on for 2025.
Probably.
Oh, something else I'm noticing with Persona 3 Reload. Atlas is doing that thing with it that we're seeing from some from some third parties where they're making the game for PS4 but not Xbox One.
Yeah, that's because Japan don't care about Xbox One.
Yeah.
They also have a PS5 problem over there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So should we wrap it up?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll go over Gematsu to get the further details on some of this stuff, especially platforms. But it seems like a lot of Microsoft paid them to not talk about Xbox on some of this stuff, or the games are, timed exclusives, like 33 Immortals. Yeah, Payday 3 is on PlayStation 5. What else on here? Like a Dragon, I'm not sure I've seen official on that just yet. Fallout 76 is PS5 because it's already been on there. Elder Scrolls Online is PS5. Overwatch 2 is. Let's see. Cyberpunk is. City Skylines is. So there's some stuff here that's not fully exclusive, but that's because they couldn't pay them to not make it on other platforms. Or not talk about it, I guess, as well for like the Sega thing.
Yeah.
So there you go, some neat stuff. But stuff that's far enough away that you're like, okay, I'll think about that another time.
Yeah. Hopefully this isn't the last we hear of Microsoft. I mean, they can put out news whenever the hell they want. So
yeah,
maybe
I'm sure you'll get a Forza Direct in August, probably.
Yeah. So, who knows?
But here's what you do when you're not driving. But yeah, there you go. I think that will do it. So, yeah, thank you, Phil, Danreb, and Patrick for joining.
Hell yeah.
We'll be doing the podcast later, so we can go over this ridiculously long list of games from like 4 of the showcases. I didn't even go through others because I only have so much time.
Yeah.
But we'll be going over the Ubisoft thing tomorrow, and I think that'll be it for showcases here.
Yeah.
Because we'll see more of Assassin's Creed Mirage and Prince of Persia, and probably a few other things that they've got coming.
Yep.
See what actually comes out.
I'm really interested in that Capcom show.
Yeah. We were thinking about that, and then we're like, is it going to be better than what they did last year, where they were just like, here's the next update for this game, and some DLC
last
for
year
this
was
one.
Ace Attorney the whole way through, which I like, but at the same time, it's not the most interesting thing to show.
Yeah, I think one of the things they called out is the other game from that studio, the DS
Ghost
port.
Trick.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Ghost Trick and Exoprimal, but the main
It's like
things
that's
they talked
out
about.
soon in a couple weeks. So we'll tell you more about this weird ass game where everybody loves the dog.
Yeah. Well, it's only about half an hour for their showcase, so
Yeah. They're saying like 36 minutes. So it's like,
Yeah.
okay.
Anyways.
But yeah, thank you all for tuning in. Have a good rest of your weekend to the people watching and all of you guys. So we'll see you all next time. Later.
Okay, everybody. Bye.
See ya.
See you.